Hello. Hi. Welcome everyone to the Clockwise Court, our Changeling the Dreaming 20th Anniversary Edition actual play. We got that all out. I'm Adam. I'm your storyteller. We're here on Happy Jack's RPG, and I have some players.
You do. I am Gina. I play the Selkie, Charlie Bliss, who's also like a competitive free surfer sort of person, and she has a lovely chimerical companion named Guppy, the puppy.
Guppy the puppy.
Yeah, and he's super cute, and I forgot to post the picture. So I'll do that before next time. Sorry, fail.
I'm Jim, and I'll be playing Maimrie Tsoukalos. She is a Piskie and a troublemaker, and generally kind of all about rapscallion, who is into making people believe in things like Bigfoot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
You.
Oh, my name is Rob. I think lately I've been referred to as Bad Rob, and
I don't know why. Is there a good Rob?
apparently,
Huh.
or maybe a better Rob.
There's Hot Rob.
Hot Rob.
Yeah.
Hot Rob.
Yeah.
You
Sounds
can.
good.
It's not you.
Sounds
It's
It's,
the Hot
I
Rob.
was
That's
going to
fine.
say
I
it's
don't
not
think
you.
Yeah, that's
Cold,
fine.
man.
I'm okay
You're
with
kind of
that.
cute, man.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, no chat in traffic player who's not here yet.
Yeah, you can. It's LA. You can do that.
Only hands-free.
What am I playing? I'm playing a Sluagh. Named Tommy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Tommy.
If you need anything else, go back to previous episodes.
And our other player is Clara. She is on her way. She is playing Fallon Holgar, the troll cybersecurity white hat hacker. So they will be joining us shortly. But in the meantime, we have had probably the longest intro in RPG history.
We have
been building up. We did character creation, then we had a prequel episode, then we had world building, and then we had relationships and a brief scene, right?
Hope you like
We did.
Changeling. Thank you.
Yeah.
Join us on forums.
So we're going to get there eventually. We've been telling some awesome
Yeah.
story already, and we haven't even, really like dived into how Changeling the Dreaming actually plays yet. So, so I'm very happy with our amazing world that we've created, and now we're going to get to explore some of it. So I think that's going to happen. So last time, with our what we kind of established was that our four main characters, Maimrie, Fallon, Tommy, and Charlie, they earned themselves some honor by saving the town in this very important crossroads in this very important freehold. And the previous Baron Morgan, was not killed, but was sacrificed himself and turned himself into a statue in order to generate magics enough to stop the giant chimerical kaiju from destroying the town. The Queen Ilios, the Queen of Pacifica, witnessed the final moments of the battle, and the four heroes who had helped Baron Morgan stop the destruction were appointed as the stewards for the freehold of Port Estrella. We've established that there are about 15 to 20 or so changelings in Port Estrella at any given time. There's roughly 10 to 15 that live here at all times as their permanent place of residence. And then there's a pretty solid influx because of this major crossroad of trods, one of which leads across the Pacific Ocean directly to Tokyo. And it can take many forms as you travel it, but it essentially takes about a day of walking or sailing or swimming or flying, however you go.
Whatever.
It takes about a day of travel to transport from Port Estrella all the way to Tokyo. And then there's that crossroads with a trod, which is essentially Highway 101, which runs all the way up the coast, and it runs from the southernmost tip of Baja California Peninsula all the way up to the
Pacific
what's it?
Northwest.
Yeah, the Pacific Northwest.
All the way up to British Columbia.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
El
yeah.
Camino Real.
Come on.
Yes.
Right.
And
I turned
and that takes
Quiet.
about a day of walking or just a couple of hours of fast travel to get all the way across that. So you can get down from LA to Port Estrella in about 20-30 minutes or so.
Yeah, suck it, bullet train.
That's right. So that's the setting that we've got. There are a number of features in Port Estrella that we're not going to review right now. So if you want to go back and listen to our world building session,
It'll come up
as
we
Oh, yeah.
explore.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And we'll get into some of it we won't, and it'll be fun. Okay, so last time we really just kind of got a brief visual introduction to the characters and just kind of saw a little bit of interaction between them when there was a bit of a commotion because Guppy the puppy sensed something very important and magical going on in the little square where Baron Morgan's statue is. And Guppy rallied everyone, the whole household, the whole freehold, and brought them all out to the statue. And at the base of the statue, a plaque appeared with a riddle on it, or with a verse on it. Obviously, it's a riddle. I mean, we're not stupid. Yes, Rob.
Wait, so that was important?
Yeah, that was important. Yes.
Would that be identified as a plot hook?
It would.
Oh,
it would.
shit. I
Yeah.
totally missed that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know, because nothing happened last week, and it was all your fault. Yeah.
My bad.
When in doubt,
I know. Right?
always Rob's
Always
fault.
blame Rob. Yep. Not Hot Rob, though. Hot
Not
Rob,
Hot
you're
Rob.
cool. And,
Fuck you, Hot Rod.
Hot Rob, call me.
right. Hot Rob never calls us.
Never.
Yeah. Anyway, so the plaque had a riddle that appeared magically on it as you were looking at it, and the riddle was. Anybody want to read it? Do you guys remember it?
No, because I never got to see it actually.
Yeah, and I never posted it because
Yeah.
I'm a terrible GM and I'm bad at being on the forums.
Post it after you
But-
do this.
Yes. Where did it? Oh, where did it go? It was right here.
Yeah, I only have notes about it.
Oh,
I
there
don't
it
think
is.
I wrote it
Okay.
down.
So the riddle is: Kingdom come and king come down, when the past has come to port. Jewel crown lost and trinket found, the fall will rise from Clockwise Court. And Clockwise Court is capitalized. Yeah.
Do we actually identify what the Clockwork Court is? Is it an element that we know of?
Why don't you give me an intelligence plus Grimaire roll?
Oh,
I think there was some
Or enigmas.
super
Yeah.
cool thing about things going clockwise.
Yes.
And
Yeah. There was some discussion of that by the people who were present. And they discovered a few things.
We're looking for 8s here, right?
6s.
6s. So 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. So you kind of get, I think, the same thing that I believe it was Fallon who kind of had a really good roll on that. Or yeah, it might have been Tommy.
I think all three of us did different shite.
Yes.
Different aspects of it.
Shite.
But Clockwise Court specifically, there is no concrete definition. It's a term that's been bandied about before, but not with reference to anything that you know of currently. except that the Clockwise court is something that always appears in a time of great change. That's a new piece of information.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Clockwise court always appears when there's a time of great change within Fae, among the Fae.
And didn't we also get that there was?
Yes.
I'm not Mike. But Facebook totally had
Yes.
info.
Yes.
Well, everybody was talking about King David getting.
Yes, but we didn't necessarily know, like, there weren't all the freeholds in the world didn't get like a bulletin.
Yeah, not all the freeholds,
Okay.
but several important freeholds received a similar message like this.
Okay.
And by the way, if I contradict anything I said last time,
Fuck it.
fuck it. Yeah, we'll retcon and we'll figure out what makes the best
Yeah.
story, and we'll go with that.
Yeah, you killed Maimrie last time.
Oh,
was
that's
really weird.
right.
Those
Yeah, Jim,
deadly
we need to make
rabbit
a new
raccoons.
character. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
There was a
Yeah.
jitsu duel between Newt and Nip Nop.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. So, so
My hair
this
is wet.
this alone just kind of threw the town into confusion, especially as everyone, as the three of you were sort of gathered around the fountain in the statue, looking at this and trying to figure out what it means. And all of a sudden, other people started showing up, and Maggie, the Boggin housekeeper, and your Castellan, she kind of came out on the porch, sensing that something big was going on, as well as there was a red cap that's been staying at the B&B who came out on the porch with her. Newt showed up. It just kind of
Nip Nop.
yeah, kind of rolled up. Nipnops, who is a Nipnop, who is
Professor?
she's a professor at the Cal Poly at
CPU?
Coastal Polytechnic University, or CPU.
CPU.
Has kind of an old rivalry with Fallon. You all know there's a lot of tension between them. But Nipnop showed up and like rolled up in her Tesla, and other people gradually, all the Fae from other parts of town started showing up, drawn to this.
Yep.
And as you were all trying to puzzle out what this meant, a message appeared, or a message came through. Honestly, I cannot remember how you got the message
Which message was it?
about King David.
No, that was on the chimerical message at the
On the statue.
statue fountain thingy.
But then I think it was through like Facebook, like just everybody
Yeah.
started getting beeps, beeps, beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep.
yeah.
And just
but
like
we
the news
originally
podcasts.
we got that. Oh, that's what
That's
the king.
separate.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
you're
was
absolutely
separate.
right. That
Yeah.
was the Facebook thing.
Right, yeah. So Facebook started, oh yeah, you know what? I think
Yeah, and
the
people
plaque
were
was
like-
only here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the plaque was only,
here.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the messages from like all the Fae social media started popping up, letting everyone know that King David, the High King of all the Fae across the world, across the Autumn world, High King David had died.
Yes.
Or I heard that it was an assassination.
Yeah.
We were
That's
able
what we
to
were-
Did I
discern
specifically?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were able to discern
Yeah.
that through a different connection.
Oh.
Whether it was a seneschal that we had contacts with, or somebody else. Oh no!
I did the
You did.
whisper,
Yeah, one of
with
you-
and I had like crazy successes.
yeah, but it was with the little leprechaun dude.
Newt.
No, the
Oh,
leprechaun. Simander
the
Simander the Mighty. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah.
found out from him.
That's right. He was a leprechaun
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't think I
Okay.
know that name.
Yes. So, Maimrie, where were you in the afternoon?
In the afternoon.
Oh yeah, I have that.
This would be
Is it
about
weekday?
mid-afternoon on a weekday. Yeah.
Afternoon on a weekday. What would she be doing?
Mischief. making or school? Did she go to school?
Nipnops? Is that the name of somebody?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
knocker who's the CPU professor.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically I'm working on
Oh, she's the
salted prune,
robotics.
that I'm calling Nipnops that I'm selling online. Saying, do you like to torture yourself? Eat Nipnops.
One of those intensely like salty.
Yeah.
Super salty.
And then sour.
Nice.
It's like, what kind of name is that? She is...
And she's a knocker.
You know what? I'm going to say that she's probably hanging out at the beach today.
Okay. Yeah. Just kind of chilling at the beach.
Just chilling at
Cool.
the beach.
Yeah. Okay. As you're kind of lounging there, the water starts washing up, lapping at your feet,
Okay.
and every time it hits your toes, there's just kind of a little tinkling sound, like a little bell ringing. And it's getting louder each time.
All right, what the fuck? I'm trying to listen to my tunes. So
Yeah, and it keeps like it's kind of like coming through your earbuds, and like it's not in. That's not something that's in this song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's timed up perfectly with every time the water hits your feet.
Okay, so basically I'm going to put away my electronics then. And she'll take off her sarong that she's wearing and actually go into the water deeper to see if she still senses that sound.
Okay, all right. Why don't you give me a perception plus kenning roll?
Sure. I do those
Or
things.
enigmas, if that's easier. If that's bigger, better for you.
I got 2 dots in Kenning because,
Okay.
stuff.
Right?
Stuff and such.
Kenning's a great one.
So I got 3 successes there.
Okay, all right. And I believe I mentioned last time that unless I tell you differently, 6 is the threshold. Although, for those of you who were here last time, what I had forgotten was that for cantrips, for magic, 8 is the default threshold.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yes.
Okay.
So bunks bring those down. Bring that down. So
Yeah.
that's why you are supposed to be pushed to do bunks in
Got
order
it.
to lower that
Okay.
difficulty. Yeah. So, but it starts at 8 for cantrips. So, yeah. I know I did that wrong last time, but okay. So how many successes was it?
3.
2? 3. Okay. Ooh, 3. Nice. So as you get in the water, you see these little chimera they're swirling around your feet, almost like like the little fish that like feed eat the dead skin.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but they're little glowy seahorse types, and they're actually like coming up to you, and they're just kind of like tapping on you, and every time they tap, it makes a little ding ling 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 sound, and that's like it's like these things
is
are
cute.
all like they're just swarming around your feet, and
Okay.
and you can like as you look down, they're super tiny, but you can see them just kind of looking up at you, and they're like waving their arms.
I'll dive into the water and I sort of like start swimming around with them.
Yeah.
I sort of like play a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to see if I can try to communicate with them in some way.
Okay. So they're they start swimming around you as well and start swirling, and at one point they sort of swirl. They all once you're under the water, they kind of like swirl up around you, and then they form into an arrow pointing back towards the freehold, towards
Somebody-
the plaza.
Somebody watched
Yeah.
Finding Nemo recently.
Yeah.
There you go. I basically scoop one up
Yeah.
into my hand.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give it a little pet. I'm going to call you Hinty.
Okay, don't eat me.
Give me a little kiss. And I just go in the direction. It's like I can take a hint.
Yeah. Are you taking Hinty with you?
I'll take it. Hinty doesn't want to leave the water, or is he okay?
Why don't you ask him?
It's like, do you want to come with me? Does he act excited, or does he act...
Okay.
All right, I take him with me.
Right. And
I can't breathe.
yeah. No, he dies a horrible death,
Expires.
suffocating slowly.
Put him in a solo cup.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Take a bane.
Yeah. Yeah, and he kind of like zooms up your arm. So it's kind of like, well, how old is Maimrie?
18.
Okay. Maimrie probably doesn't get this reference, but I know Jim does.
Okay.
Hinty is a sea monkey.
Okay.
Cute.
It is like, but a little bigger, like the actual size you would expect them to be. Like if the packaging was life, they were portrayed life size on the packaging. Yeah, but yeah, they're a little. Yeah, they're like little
Brain shrimp.
Yes, brain shrimp. Yes, it's a shrimp-sized little person that looks exactly like sea monkey packaging. Yeah.
All right.
That's very cute.
So, and he sort of shimmies like all the way up your arm and just kind of like you can feel him kind of like nestle in your hair, like right above your ear.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Watch your ear hole. I saw that movie. It scarred me forever.
I know. Yeah. This is not Call of Cthulhu. No body horror.
Oh, I'm thinking of Star Trek.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So he just kind of keeps like hinting at you. You know,
He's
like
hinty.
yeah, like every time you start to go slightly in the wrong direction, he like kind of pats at your temple, but it's clear like he is. He gets calm and he's and you know you're going in the right direction every time you're headed back up towards the plaza, towards the freehold.
So I grab one of those bird scooters
Oh, okay, yeah,
and I ride on up.
yeah.
As you do.
Yeah. When you arrive, you see Tommy and Charlie out on the porch of what did we call it?
Oh yeah.
You gave the house a name, right?
Yeah.
Morgan Manor.
Morgan Manor. Yes. Morgan Manor.
Yeah, it's a B&B and
Yes.
all sorts of
Um,
crafty.
Yeah, so
hipster stuff.
on the porch of Morgan Manor, Charlie and Tommy are there, and they're just surrounded by nearly everybody you know from town, and a few people that you know are visiting from their travels through. But nearly all of the Fae in town have gathered up on the porch, and they're just like basically like hounding Tommy and Charlie for answers and direction. Yeah. What are the two of you doing? So they're like people are just like shouting questions at you, kind of like it's everybody's a little freaked out. They're a little nervous. You can tell there's some genuine fear. Certain like cool cucumbers like Nip Nops are not really like she's just kind of like standing, and then every once in a while she'll ask a question like, "Isn't this some sort of evidence of the conspiracy of the Autumn people and the Thalane?" And
Whoa, people!
Oh, we need to
Whoa,
know.
whoa! I'm clearly not in charge. Stop asking me. I don't know.
But you are in charge.
Come back at 5. Come back at 5. I'm not going to do.
Answer your questions right now.
Look, I'm not the boss of you people.
Are you trying to incite the crowd?
Yes.
Of
Oh,
course.
what did you say when you came up?
They should answer your questions right now.
Oh.
Can we identify the voice?
Yeah, I think you guys
I'm
probably see Maimrie coming up. Maimrie, do you try to hide that?
No.
No.
Not from us.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because
They're-
it's
You know
totally
better.
like your playful middle finger
Yeah.
at us. where it's like,
yeah.
I just
Like, haha.
I just do the point to basically like look at the crowd and be like, it's just come up
Maimrie.
here. Yeah. 5 o'clock. We'll be back
You heard the man. 5
5
o'clock.
Why do we have to wait until 5?
because I said so.
Okay, give me a manipulation
I don't know if I'd
plus
be that
leadership.
mean. I don't know if I'd be that mean.
Charisma?
I think you might
Are you
be.
trying to be nice and charming?
No, not charming necessarily, but just like the exhausted parent. Like
Okay.
it's like I'm not being dismissive. It's just we need to figure some shit out.
Is that
Yeah.
leadership,
So-
maybe?
Definitely, I think definitely leadership. And,
And charisma?
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, probably charisma.
Either persuasion or leadership.
Where
yeah.
the hell's leadership?
Yeah, it could be persuasion.
Leadership is a skill.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, we don't have
Persuasion is a
There's not-
talent.
Persuasion
No.
is a talent,
We don't have.
No, we don't have.
No, yeah, because it's.
like a merit.
You have persuasion on your sheet?
No.
I don't have persuasion.
I do,
Oh.
but I have the Piskie sheet.
Oh, you know
okay.
what? I've now figured out what
You
the
got the
problem
Selkie
is that with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
don't.
generic sheet doesn't have
Yeah, the
persuasion.
generic sheet doesn't have it, so I don't have it either.
Leadership?
So basically, I'm going to stomp on up there and I'm going to flip my wings straight open. I'm like, come on, guys, just give us till 5, and then we can actually sound like we know what we're talking about. Jeez.
okay.
You guys are basically immortal. You figure a couple hours.
Okay. Give me a charisma plus persuasion.
I think this
manipulation
is
or
an old.
manipulation?
I think
Yeah,
it's an
yeah.
old character sheet, to be honest, because Animal Ken is not on it, and
Oh, yeah.
Craft is not on it, and or Crafts is, but
Oh, you know what those
because I'm thinking
Kith specific
Yeah.
sheets?
I think
Those
that's a
actually might be
previous-
from the
yeah.
original edition.
that's what I think they are.
They might be.
Okay,
'Cause
4
I went-
successes.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
not going to use
Manipulation
that.
plus persuasion.
Okay. That is sufficient. They're shouting so loud they really don't pay any attention to Tommy, even trying to
I'm
answer.
More
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah. But Maimrie comes up and just kind of does her little flare.
Yeah.
And then- yeah. Like, okay, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, fine. And, and they're all like murmuring and, rutabaga. And,
Peas and carrots.
yeah,
Peas and
peas and
carrots.
carrots. And but they kind of start dispersing. They start moving away and relaxing a little bit. There's in addition to the red cap, there are 2 other guests here at the time.
Yeah.
One of them is a type of Kith you're not really familiar with.
Cool.
It doesn't really seem to like oh that's one that's not us or
Yeah.
not normal. If any of you know about the Japanese Kith, then you can try and identify it. But
Nope.
I don't think so.
and then there's a red cap. The red cap that you saw earlier is kind of nondescript, just like most red caps. Just kind of looks like buggy and terrifying.
Do we see anybody that we didn't know was, because it's not a giant, it's a decent sized
Yeah.
fake community, but do we see
Yeah.
anybody we hadn't recognized or hadn't seen before that isn't a guest at the Freehold?
Give me perception plus kenning
Yeah.
or alertness.
Okay. I think I've got the same in both of those. Yep. 2. Is 6 the threshold?
6.
Oh, but I got 1
Yeah.
because I crossed.
So Uno.
Okay.
Yeah, 1.
Yeah, and remember ones cancel
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So
and
is
they
that-
cancel out from the higher. So,
Cool.
yeah, and 10s count. Wait.
They don't unless you
Yeah.
have a special.
If
If you have a
specialization,
specialty,
it
they
counts
count
Yeah.
as 2.
So I only had 1 success.
So 1 success. So
It's pretty good.
do you want to? Do you want to see something and regret it, or do you want to not see anything important?
I think I
Crafts are
want to
what life
regret it.
is.
See something and regret it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna check this out. Okay. So you see sort of standing near. What is it? Standing like down at the below the porch, kind of way off towards the corner of the house.
Is he good looking?
It's gorgeous. Striking, sharp cheekbones.
Wow.
Kind of a medium tan skin. Dark, thick, wavy hair. And sort of like fairly tall and lean. And there's, when you look at him in his mortal seeming, he just looks like he's very well dressed. Just a nice, perfectly tailored suit, nice dress shirt, unbuttoned a little bit, no tie, jeans. Just a very casual, dressy, classy. In his face seeming, you can tell this is a she. And yeah, and he is well over 6 foot tall, unnaturally beautiful, and his black hair is piled up into kind of almost like a 17th century. Like sort of pompadour,
like the white wig kind of a
yes,
deal.
the white wig kind of thing, but in
gotcha.
black. Yeah,
Gotcha.
And then
so the total rococo.
yes, very rococo. Yeah,
Cool.
Think.
No, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
He has a coiffure.
Yes. Think of Jeremy Irons' character in Dangerous Liaisons.
Excellent.
That visual, but not Jeremy Irons. Way hotter than that. But yeah.
Even though we love you,
Nicholas
Jeremy
Holt playing playing that character. There we go. Let's do that. And you can tell he's been standing around listening. You realize he's been standing there a while listening to all of this, but he hasn't really he hasn't really been paying attention visibly. He's kind of been staring at the statue the whole time, and but
So he's staring at the statue, but he's very obviously he's part of the group, but he's staring at the statue.
yes, yeah.
He's got this right.
As
You've
far
got
away
it.
as he can be from the group and still be a
Okay.
part of it, and yet staring at the statue.
I'll catch up with you with
Yeah.
5, right? Something like 5. I'm gonna wander over to him.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
And she's just gonna be totally checking him out, but not in a creepy
Yeah.
way, but just almost like a bird would do, where it's you cock your head from side to side
Yeah.
and you are taking it all in. And it's I don't think we've met before.
No,
I'm
I
Charlie.
can guarantee that we haven't. My name is Krister. Hello.
Sticks out her hand. Charmed, I'm sure. Krister?
Krister. Yes.
It's an unusual name.
It is, isn't it?
It is. So, your first time here.
It is.
What the hell is our
Well,
town?
this century.
Port Estrella. This century.
I haven't been here in quite a while. now.
Impressive. I'm going to take a turn around him. Where it's,
Okay.
once again, it's not in a creepy, stocky way.
you're just
but it's just I am totally who are you? Where did you come from?
Mhm, yeah.
There is an attraction.
Yeah.
This century, huh?
This century, yes. I haven't been around this part of the world in quite a while.
Where are you from?
Iceland, actually.
Iceland. I've always wanted to go to Iceland.
It's lovely there. You
It's
should.
East, right?
Well, that depends on your perspective.
True. That is totally true.
It's west if you want to go a lot farther.
That's true. So are you staying at the manor?
I was hoping to. I just arrived just a few moments ago. Is there room?
There's always room.
That's
Always
what I've heard.
Offer hospitality to strangers.
I'm hoping to stay for quite a while, perhaps. Is there, what is the,
Oh my goodness.
Hooray!
Hey! It's a Clara!
Oh, your hair is beautiful.
It is.
You know, right? Yeah. Hi, everyone. Clara just arrived, so we'll give her a second to get settled in.
Yeah.
No, keep
Yeah.
talking.
Keep
Yeah.
RPGing.
Okay.
Yeah.
No matter how stunning she looks, we can just keep going.
So, I don't know what your policies are, but it seems you're in charge here?
Kind of. I live here with my friend Fallon upstairs, and we kind of take care of the freehold. And you heard the thing about this is a king, right?
Yes.
About the king.
Great
So,
tragedy.
Yeah.
A great tragedy.
Yeah. These things happen, though, right?
Absolutely.
I've been told anyway. I mean, it hasn't really happened. Well, I guess maybe it has happened.
50.
Yeah, I'm not that old either. But it's like, we have previous lives, right? But
Yes,
we don't
yeah.
necessarily, they don't all come together for us, right?
Do you have the remembrance
Nope.
background?
Nope.
Okay.
That's the thing that puts you in
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah. So if you don't have the remembrance background, you can't. It basically.
It doesn't, you don't pull from your previous.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You've kind of, you've had them.
Yeah.
You've seen glimpses of them, especially when you were in the chrysalis, especially when you were changing.
Yeah.
In awakening, but you don't really have. You don't really have any clear remembrance of them without that background. So,
Okay.
yeah, but which you can purchase at any time, by the way, if you want. So
Did you see the message? At the statue.
Oh, yes, I did.
You're hot. I mean, you must be hot. Like, do you want to take your jacket off or come inside or?
I would like to
something.
come inside. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd like that very much.
You're hot as well. You do know that, right?
I got you.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. What? No. Come on in.
This is going to be a very fun visit. Shall we? And he offers
Absolutely.
his arm.
Yes.
You live with me.
I know. I even just said that.
Oh,
here, let me-
Three's a
Oh,
crowd,
no.
or three's
Really?
company, more like.
No.
Where is that?
Someone at the door.
You've been waiting.
Step that
for-
is you.
Where is it? I need to.
Wow.
Krister sounds familiar.
Yeah, he does,
Uh-huh.
doesn't he? Yeah.
He sounds what?
Dude,
Yeah.
is it familiar to Rob or familiar to Tommy?
It's familiar to Rob.
Okay.
Would you like to see if it's familiar to Tommy?
No, because I didn't know his name.
Who is this?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Some dude that's okay. So we're at the manor, and the people are starting to gather and be like, "What?" And there's this very nice-looking, well put together gentleman.
Okay.
She-Man.
Wait.
Yeah. Who's pretty hot.
She is in, as in
And I-
the
no,
kith,
yeah.
not the pronoun.
Cool, cool.
And I felt the charisma sucked me in.
Yeah.
Of course
so,
you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Chris.
By the way,
Yeah.
roll perception plus
Hot?
empathy.
Okay. Roll plus hot.
Roll plus high, yes.
plus an abs.
Perception. And I think I dropped a dot in that. Yep, I did.
It sounds familiar to Rob because Krister was an NPC in Interpol X.
Okay.
Yes, he
Cool.
was.
Yes.
I
Thank
have
you.
3 successes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
3 successes.
That's pretty
Okay. You can tell he was absolutely reciprocating the
Vibe.
the vibe.
Okay, cool.
He was also into you.
I do wish I looked like that in
Excellent.
real life.
Oh, and in
I
fact,
know,
I
right?
have.
Yeah.
Just a die roll
I
away.
forgot I have merit that does something about that too.
That makes you extra hot.
Sets a bill.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, but I did pretty well.
Yeah, I got 6.
oh, I'm right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You do
know
too?
what? Yeah.
Did we make ourselves all hot?
I did not take sex
Oh,
at all.
hot side of the
That's the
table.
hot side of the table.
Boom.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Appearance 4.
we're just like above
Right,
average.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not vapid.
I'm gonna have
What?
to get used to these.
So Clara, quick catch up. They
Nothing happened.
Yeah,
Nothing,
I
yeah.
was listening up until
Oh,
I
okay.
had to park.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Cheater.
So she met Krister
So,
and they
yeah.
interacted, and now you're here.
Pixie
So, yeah.
fucker. That's what it was.
Pixie
Never
fucker.
mind.
Piskie?
Yeah.
Never mind. Long
Okay.
story.
So that's happening outside. Tommy, what are you doing? Are you?
I seem to recall that using stuff from last time, whether it was Susei or contract, I don't remember what it was, that we figured out that the prophecy in and of itself was trying to lead us to the new ruler. I remember
Yes.
getting that feeling. And then that each part of the prophecy had to be fulfilled. So it was basically like 4 parts. And we feel like, okay, cool, first one has a green check mark next to it. Let's move down the list. But what I'm trying to recall, and I don't, my apologies, is I don't recall if there was a visible manifestation on the statue when one of the parts was fulfilled or not.
There was not.
Okay.
No.
All right. There's a chance that you can change that to make it fucking easy on us.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I love that for us.
I tried. Yeah.
Pizza.
If you
Feel
bothered
free
to check,
to
you'll see
hammer
that
pizza.
after you got the news about King David,
want this to
the
go
plaque is
Is
still
that
there.
little?
It remains unchanged. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the
Okay.
middle then.
So.
Unless that's not the king who's going to die.
Well,
Ooh.
that already happened.
Like, whatevs. So he's dead.
So you've got a few hours before everybody shows back up demanding all the answers.
Well, I
and
don't-
and wondering.
They're not going to get it, so that's fine.
I'm going to
Um,
introduce Krister
Okay.
to everybody.
Yeah.
He's it's Krister. Who was he an NPC from? Gina wants
He
to-
was in Interpol X.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adam only has like 12 NPC names.
It's true. It's true.
Nip Nops
yeah.
was in Monster of the Week. And, yeah, Monster Heart. Sorry.
That's not true.
I
Nipples
Rick and
were in
Morty.
Monster.
well,
or
there's a
Monster
lot
House,
of
but
that.
No one wore our shirts.
I nod
yeah.
like a welcome to him,
Thank you.
and I just say Maggie can help you get situated.
Wonderful. I will get myself set up with a room. If you'll excuse me.
Oh, sure.
You told him your name, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you'll excuse me, Charlie, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. And he offers his arm to Maggie, and you can tell she gets kind of smitten as well. Like he's you know,
Smitten like a kid.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's not still distracted by the fountain.
no, he seems to
Okay.
have. Once you came over, he put all his attention on you.
Okay.
Yeah. So
He can't think about more than one thing at a time.
As soon as he walks away, oh my god, cute, right?
So cute. Really.
Dude.
Quite
Should we stand here?
Quite attractive.
He's truly staying here.
Mm.
Most
Yeah.
she though are usually on the high end of levels of attractive.
Well, nobody can be perfect, but he's still hot.
Yeah.
Oh, I was giving him a compliment.
Oh, okay.
He's
Okay.
seriously hot.
So anyways, why is there an angry crowd outside the house?
Long and short, the king is dead. There's a prophecy outside that should lead us to the new king. We
Yeah.
don't want
Apparently these things happen.
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones, right?
we. Yes, very similar as a matter of
Sort
fact.
of. Kind of. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping less undead dragons.
Spoilers.
Hoping.
Honestly.
Whatever. If you haven't figured it out by now, I mean, it was in the long shot for God's sakes.
That's true.
And no one saw that movie, so it was still probably unspoiled. Tommy was going somewhere. I
The
was on a
king?
journey. The king. My understanding is that certain people who would take the crown right this moment are probably not good for the overall group of she or fae that are around. King David was a unifying force, and there are others out there set to splinter a little bit and create maybe a little bit more combustible attitudes.
I'm sorry, I stopped paying attention.
I'm not.
I-
That's fine.
what?
Thank you for getting halfway.
Sorry.
I'm really not sure
if
what
you-
we're supposed to be doing.
If you have questions as they arise, feel
I'm
free
just
to bring
saying,
them.
the king is dead, and the people that want to take over for the king are kind of douchebags. Is what I
Yes,
got.
that's
Okay.
my understanding as well.
And that maybe we're supposed to help figure out who the new guy is. I say let's
We
pick this guy
probably
Krister and let's call it a day. And when they come at 5, we'll just tell them we got him.
If-
Right on,
Right?
dude. As long as he's good to look at, right?
He
It's just a
totally looks
figurehead
the
position,
part.
right? It's just a figurehead
Doesn't he?
position. I mean,
If,
Yeah.
if attractiveness
There's a reason he's here.
were the key to good governance, I would completely agree with you.
However,
Really, isn't
logic
it?
and reason, which whatever. Is there anything that's leading us towards how we're finding the new guy or girl? Sorry, you don't want to be sexist.
No. The rest of the prophecy is when the past has come to port.
That came from you in your watch.
My watch?
That was creepy.
Sorry.
When the past has come to port,
I didn't even hear it.
jewel crown lost and trinket
Oh, it was
found,
Siri.
the fall will rise from Clockwise Court. Now, the Clockwise Court only
Jeebus.
appears in moments of great need and great change for the Fae. So,
Do you think they're going to come too?
I mean, if it's in a prophecy, I don't argue against prophecies.
Maybe he's
It's
on
also
the
very,
court.
it's very hard to argue against prophecies because there's no one to argue against because most people that have made them are now dead.
It was like a delayed tweet sort of thing.
Probably a scheduled. It's an if-then applet program.
So,
Okay.
so we don't know where this prophecy came from. It just sort of like poofed.
It poofed on the Baron statue.
It poofed all over the Baron statue. Like everybody was coming.
If indeed
What do you think,
Krister,
Hinty?
Oh, I have no idea.
All right, cool.
Everyone gets animal companions. I messaged on Slack where I was, where
Yes.
Fallon had been all since they
Oh,
were
since it happened.
Yeah.
since it all happened. So
Yeah. And why don't you,
can I roll for
yeah.
usefulness?
roll for usefulness.
shit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that in life.
I
Hold
know.
on, I'm gonna steal some dice too because I was at work over this. What are we looking at?
Rereading the message.
We
Yeah,
can
let's
explain it, or you can
Yeah.
tell me what I've made.
What are your cantrips? Or what are your realms and arts?
Skycraft, contract naming, scene time, prop, and fey. The idea being that Skycraft is basically electricity and prop
right,
is
yeah.
basically building things. But I think I have an idea as to what Fallon's trying to do,
Okay.
but I want to know how useful I end up being first, because I might have to change it.
Okay. Why are you doing this with magic? Or are you?
Somewhere in between, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you roll Skycraft plus prop?
So it's
And
Roll it
so
and trap that.
3 in
and-
Skycraft and 4 in prop.
And by the way, you weren't here earlier, but yes,
Okay.
8 is the target threshold for cantrips for magic.
But you
doing
doing bunks.
Yeah, doing
Okay.
bunks, doing silly things lowers that.
I mean, like, Fallon pretty much programs or works with electronics naked because they're terrified of static electricity.
Okay,
Does that count for anything?
that'll take you down one. Yeah, yeah,
And not completely naked, but like as stripped down as they can get, which is why the door is
yeah.
now locked.
Awesome.
yeah.
And
I'll give you more if you I'll lower it another one if you like have to stand on like a rubber ball or balance on a rubber ball.
Oh.
they're definitely
like a
sitting on
yoga
a
ball.
yoga ball for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And there's definitely also lots of swearing. Does that also count?
Yes, that does.
Yes,
Okay,
okay.
that'll drop you down 3.
Awesome.
But I want you to roll dexterity plus athletics to stay on the ball.
I'm okay with this. Hold on. So which one do you want me to roll first?
Dexterity and athletics.
Okay, dexterity is 3.
Does that adjust it?
Athletics.
Because
is
if you don't succeed at this, then you're
Oh,
not
there
going
it
to
is.
get the 1 for being on the yoga ball.
All right, hold on.
This is when I love
This is
Changeling.
how you program magically.
Yes.
Hold on.
And this is a difficulty 6.
Wow, I'm bad at this.
No, you're
1,
good.
2,
Oh,
3,
okay.
4, 5 successes.
Oh,
Never
awesome.
mind.
Yeah.
I'm better
Totally
at this
fine.
than
Yeah,
I thought.
you're like in tree pose on top of the yoga ball.
Woo! It's
Yeah.
just fine. This is normal and fine
yes.
for everyone.
Okay, so roll your Skycraft plus prop.
4, yeah.
And your difficulty is down to 5.
Cool.
And and take an extra die because of the phenomenal success on that athletics roll.
And I was kind of excited for this to be really useless. It might still be just successfully useless.
It might be.
Okay, no.
Ooh, 2
That's a lot
ones,
of
3
ones.
ones.
It's a lot of
Three
ones.
ones and
Hold
2
on.
6s, and the rest are
Damn.
nothing. So you
Yeah.
botched.
Yeah, I did not do well.
Uselessness succeed?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Okay.
Done.
The fluffy
My
laugh.
boss is Afro.
Yeah, Mike loses its afro. There we go.
So, describe what you hoped was going to happen.
So,
But you,
so Fallon definitely went upstairs to run a basic, like, automated search program that's going to scan for scan Feybook and other fairy and changeling news sources for losing and finding for the return of any kind of jewelry.
Yeah.
Pretty basic stuff. But then they got really distracted and are working back on their ongoing project, which has to do because there's a tree outside Fallon's window, and they're trying to make it so that they can get the tree to lean to kind of communicate with some of the tech in the house to lean ever so slightly as the sun comes up and block the window so that they can just sleep in so that Fallon can sleep in a little longer and not get woken up by the sun. Yes, this could be solved with blinds. That is not the point.
It is definitely not the point.
But their ongoing but this has started, I think, with like Wi-Fi enabled succulent,
Yeah.
which is sort of the idea.
Yeah.
It failed horribly. You can totally have fun with it now.
Your succulent. What kind of succulent is this? Describe. I need a
Actually,
description.
it's an aloe plant. It is an aloe plant that they got from Oh no!
So aloe has kind of like the oblong leaves, right?
No, it's not
And
the
this-
long pointy
It's long
leaves.
pointy.
Let's
long
look at the
oh,
guy.
that's right. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
used
Okay.
to live.
Yeah.
It's directly stolen, humanely sourced, from Maggie's kitchen, where you
Yes.
would keep an aloe plant to help you with birds.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Ooper.
Yeah.
So it probably
Sick
like
burn.
was repotted in something nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So the aloe plant, it almost looks like it's shriveling up, and it shrinks down, and it turns into a tiny little, about a 2-inch diameter, sort of medallion that's shaped like if you were looking at an aloe plant from above. So you can see like the little spiky leaves coming out of it, as though you were looking at it bird's eye view. And it's still that same texture as an aloe plant. And then a gold setting forms around it, or no, a platinum setting forms around it, and a little chain just appears, like snakes out from the setting into a necklace.
I made Flava Flav jewelry.
Yeah.
Gimme.
Yeah, like Fallon
I'm like,
just
I will
stares
Flava
at it
Flav.
and is like, "This is useless," and throws it out the window. Writes something down.
You're like wrong.
But you
Actually-
you throw it out the window?
I might
so pretty.
actually probably not. Although, like, they're gonna start again until they remember. They're gonna keep doing that until they remember they have to be downstairs or someone comes to get them.
Yeah.
Because that is Fallon.
So you're obsessed with.
What? Just very bad at very bad at controlling their hyperfocus.
Yeah.
That said, they might return downstairs at the meeting with like 3 or 4 of these gems, of these necklaces now. Like, figure it out.
Well, no matter how much you try, that's the only one that works. That's the
Damn.
only one that actually turns into a necklace. The rest of them, like you can tell the magic just sort of fizzles. Like you can feel like the glamour just doesn't coalesce and just kind of disperses.
Cool.
So, yeah. Maimrie, roll perception or wits plus alertness.
Sorry.
It's like, get your
you need to
dice
borrow
out
again?
the way.
Yeah.
Do,
actually
do you
mine.
want
Move.
my earthy ones or my purpley?
1, 2,
Purples?
3, 4.
4 successes. Okay. You're standing around talking to Tommy and Charlie
It's a dark guy.
something catches your eye and you see a gleam as a little platinum medallion with a chain on it falls down past the window outside.
I'll give you a variety.
Okay.
With a bunch of
Yeah.
purples.
And your little Piskie senses of shiny just kind of go
I
off.
immediately go.
Yeah.
And Tommy's probably in the middle of saying something. I'm like, and I just leave.
Do you even do that, or do you just walk away?
No, I don't want. I like him.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
And I just leave.
Yeah.
I
Everybody
literally-
else, I just walk out.
I stop mid-word,
Yeah.
and I'm going to wait till she comes
Yeah.
back, and then I'll pick up right where I left off.
So I go and I grab it. I put it on, and I come back in with a shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Is it visible? Like, can yeah?
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
like
She's
a-
got
yeah.
it on.
Yeah.
Man. She's like,
Yeah.
Oh, the shiny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
So she comes back with a new necklace. Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
it's blue.
And yeah.
It's like jewelry falls for the sky for me. My God, am I special?
I love that you have no desire to look into that.
Don't care.
No.
It's just
No.
shiny.
That's this side of the table.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, wait, what's right in front of me?
Wait, what?
I know.
Cool.
There's a pattern developing to this side of the table.
Yeah,
Really.
this side of the table's crazy.
Yeah.
We have 30 minutes to figure out what we're telling about 10 or 15 completely irrational people. My suggestion is that we let them know that investigations take time. We are working on it. We have some leads. And if they have any direct questions, they should contact their home,
Oh, no, when you say we,
the four of us.
was it really all of us? It's us that's supposed to do the thing? Or is it the town? Or maybe somebody who's not just the four of us?
The way I see it, the four of us were given responsibility for this freehold.
True.
They are looking at all four of us, they being the people that are around here currently. So, against my better judgment, yes, it should probably be all four of us.
Okay. I vote for Krister.
We are not determining the king. We are looking into the clues to help find the path for the soul that this is setting us on.
You can hear out of
For
the
the
open window, by the way,
soul.
just swearing.
I'm actually going to adjust my cadence so
I
that
understand
if
what
I
you're
can
saying.
What?
time the words, that my pauses will be like the fucking four of us.
Fuck!
Will
So, we're looking for a soul.
we are potentially looking for the new ruler of all of the Fae.
I would like
Shit.
to know how my suggestion of Krister was not valid then. I feel like he really kind of just,
As
He does own a room.
as I said,
yeah.
if
And the
attractiveness
space is literally
got it.
his. You know what I'm saying?
if attractiveness were the main point,
It's not just how you look, it's what.
kind of a person you are.
Right. And he was fine.
He was amazing for the first
Right.
5 minutes that we saw him. And I have nothing against him. I am so far a fan. However, I have met serial killers who within the first 5 minutes were extremely nice people.
That's unfortunate for you.
What a lovely man. He was extremely nice.
Wasn't he?
Yeah. And Maggie.
See, Maggie.
Yes. Oh, so lovely.
Comportment, right?
Yes. Regal. Very
Regal.
regal
I'm just looking at
bearing.
Maggie.
Regal
Yeah.
bearing.
What a lovely necklace
Almost.
you've
That's right.
got.
You're the first one to comment
Almost
on it, Maggie. Thank you.
kingly,
You're welcome.
wouldn't you say? Balls.
Oh, well, very royal,
Right?
yes. Very regal.
See, Maggie.
Yes.
Maggie agrees.
Like a dashing prince.
Like a princely king.
Mm.
Or some sort of regal, royal sort of soul.
I like the term princely king.
Yes.
Yes.
But
I
he
adore
could also
redundancy.
be a serial killer. You're very right, dear.
Oh, I don't know that I'm not
Do we
going to
really
accuse him of
care?
that at all.
I mean,
Is that a problem?
It is.
Well.
It is.
No, I like
we
wearing
don't
my
want a
Captain
serial
Crunch
killer for a king.
Maggie and I
Well-
lived through times that were a little bit darker and a little bit more hurtful. And I do not wish to return back to those times.
Are you yell out the window?
Very appropriately, the swearing has turned into death threats. Continue.
It's fine. Yep.
Very weirdly creative ones.
And again, if I can time it with the cadence
So
of
you're saying we should do an interview first to make sure.
Your nails.
my feeling
to gouge your eyes out with
is
a
that it's
spoon.
not just an interview. I think we should look at what other aspects of this prophecy that we can go down and follow, and that will lead us to the right person. It
And
very
throw
well
you off off the clear.
That's very wise. I think I'd vote for you for king.
It honestly sounds
Thank
really
you, but no, thank
complicated.
you.
And if we're going off sheer attractiveness, well, all of you. I think all of you.
You're so sweet.
It would be a 5-way
Maggie,
tie.
including you.
Oh, thank
Of
you,
course.
dear. I'm going to
give
go.
her a hug
I'd
and a kiss
have
on the
ya.
cheek.
Is Maggie having no standards the reason she dated Lorenzo?
Yeah. Right,
Okay.
yeah. Sweet.
Clarifying.
I'm going to go bake some cookies, and I'm thinking blintzes and
Oh my
perhaps
God, I love
cucumber sandwiches.
Blueberry or cheese?
Blue.
Blintzes.
Why not both?
Oh my God, why
Blueberry
not?
cream
Por
cheese
qué
blintzes.
no los dos?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Yes.
Yeah.
May we please get some of your lovely cucumber water as well?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Yes. I'll have to speed things up several hours to let it steep just right. That's a great idea. I'll
If
be
it's
in the
no problem.
kitchen if you need me. Should I fetch Lady Fallon first?
Fallon!
Balls.
Fallon!
You s-
Fallon, come down.
She like leans her head out the window.
Come down here.
I'm working on something very important.
Just
This
see-
is important, and
I
honestly,
see-
Maimrie and I don't really want to do it. So if you don't come down, we have to do it with all by ourselves.
I see you
come
guys
down.
like
What are
you're in a window on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
above, and you're in the window below, and
Yeah.
you like both stick your
Yeah,
heads out the
there's
same
no-
window, like, and you're just shouting
What
down.
was
Yeah.
it?
I-
You can't
I-
do that
I
on
push her
television?
slightly to the
Yeah.
side
Yes.
and stick
Yeah.
my head
Yeah.
out. It's like, dude, blintzes, just come on down.
Yeah.
I don't do any of this. I just take a seat, like the old man, like sit
Yeah,
down with
yeah.
the trousers fold up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
cross my knee.
And Maggie just pats you on the shoulder sympathetically as she goes into the kitchen. Yeah.
So, Faybook, Krister.
Oh, he's
Like, do they have a special she page? I don't know.
they
Like,
probably do. They do everything like special.
I'm trying to find him on there. He said he's not been here for like over 100 years. That's a
Yeah.
yeah,
Called onlyshe.com.
yeah.
Or she only. Or
No,
she
she only, or,
farmers only.
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to go there. I was like,
Or, oh, no. It's,
tractors and tits. I don't.
is it
I don't know.
S-date?
S-date.
Like J-date?
S-date.
It's like their own version of elite singles.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God.
I've
Yeah.
actually been here off and on since the late 1700s.
Oh
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
So is there a
yeah.
chance that I actually may have?
Do you have
run into him?
remembrance?
I do have remembrance.
Okay. What's your remembrance rating?
Remembrance the times. It's 2.
Remembrance.
2. Okay. So, let me just refresh myself on how this works.
Figure out what kind of face Fallon found.
So what's the difference between Tommy being that
I'm gonna be
old
keen.
and remembrance?
I just came off the beach. So.
Can Tommy be that old?
Oh, yes. Yeah, actually, I mean, remembrance is for like your your previous lives.
I mean, it
previous
still works. I don't
incarnations,
mind rolling
Yeah,
shit.
that's true. Yeah, I had forgotten about that.
I'm like 4 lines into my backstory. I need to keep typing it. But children,
Gina.
did,
son of a
oh
biscuit.
no! Look what
What's
you did.
What kind? What's
Nothing.
a funny
just get so
logo
excited when I
shirt
see you, Adam.
that you would own?
And you too, Joy.
Like the on point Pixies shirt or something, or
Dumber.
Okay.
okay.
I rolled a 10.
How
Dumber.
about
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it? Oh.
Frankenberry cereal shirt?
All right, that works.
Oh, that's
Okay.
really good. Yeah.
Cool.
Fallon has come downstairs and is wearing one of Charlie's Frankenberry shirts.
Yes.
With that is Frankenberry shirts and like athletic shorts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
And it's
Oh, the
totally
dolphin
like,
dolphin shorts.
Hmm?
Dolphin shorts.
Dolphin shorts.
The little tiny
yeah,
runner
dolphin
shorts.
shorts.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are not wearing shoes.
But it totally seems like you're rocking an aesthetic, which you are not trying to do because you
Yeah.
are quite tall And so my shirt looks like you're doing
Oh,
a
yeah, it looks
90s
on
MIDI
purpose.
shirt on you.
Yeah.
It totally
Yeah.
looks on purpose.
Yeah.
This is the curse
So
of
it's
being
like-
6'5",
Yeah.
or however
Yeah,
tall they
yeah.
are.
Man, I would love that curse. Just saying.
I have some friends who are like in the upper 6 feet range, and it's not fun for them actually.
Yeah.
They
Don't.
don't fit on airplanes.
My
Yeah.
best friend is 6'7". And
Yeah,
can't
right.
even buy a car.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So you can buy a car, you just can't see over the steering
That's
wheel.
true.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Well,
they make phone books for
No,
that.
not anymore.
Oh, shit, they don't. It's okay. Two
so
copies
mean.
of Changeling will do
Encyclopedia.
it.
Right?
Yeah.
No shit. Yeah. Okay. So so why don't you give me a
Remembrance?
intelligence plus your remembrance. Let's do it that way.
1, 2, 5.
Oh, and by the way, everybody, remember you can always spend a willpower to
Yeah,
give an
fuck
automatic
that.
success on something.
Oh, yeah.
But losing is fun.
I know.
Yes, it is.
Oh, 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. All right.
5 for 5.
that's
Okay.
crazy.
Do I gain a thread?
I know, right? Yeah. I should have upped the
I
difficulty
wish.
on that actually. But no.
No, you shouldn't have.
Yeah. Well, you got 5, so I'm going to count it as being better than
Cool.
having a higher difficulty. So yeah, you do remember. There's something familiar about him for sure.
Okay.
It's not. Hold on, I'm thinking. You remember him coming through town about 100 years ago, and he came through just for a few days, and he was coming back from Tokyo, and said he was heading off towards Europe. He seemed to talk to everyone that lived here at the time. He seemed very tight with Baron Morgan, who had just recently been named the Baron of this area.
Yep.
He seemed to have a bond also with Lorenzo, who is Baron Morgan's paramour. Right? Didn't we say paramour, or did we say friend?
We had said
Just
it
friend?
was Maggie's
Maggie's.
paramour, but that does not
Maggie's
stop.
paramour, that's
but
right,
that does
yeah.
not stop Lorenzo from
Right.
being with anyone else.
I mean, Lorenzo, you know.
Lorenzo.
He was, Lorenzo was Baron Morgan's best friend.
I keep wanting to say
his right
Captain
hand.
Morgan.
I know, right? Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Baron.
But actually, no, you know what? Krister and Lorenzo did not get along. You specifically remember that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's way more fun. I'm like, wait, why is everybody friends? That's
I can't wait to
Except for that
find
bitch
out
Nick
that,
Mouse.
like, do you
like
know Lorenzo is Maggie's ex? Does Maggie know your sword is I can't wait.
I think
Do
talked
we
about
know?
This. I think they know, but it's like they know, but like eventually Fallon will get around to breaking whatever curse is on the sword at some point when they remember
it's
to do
important.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's important to the
But
plot.
like we know it's Lorenzo.
Yeah,
right?
y'all know
Oh,
it's
okay.
Lorenzo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Fallon straight up talks to it. Like, it's
What?
Yeah.
clear. It's like,
yes.
So we were saying, like, you guys can't really hear Guppy and we can't
Oh.
really hear Lorenzo, right?
I don't remember. Probably.
So Guppy, Guppy can talk to Charlie. So Charlie and Guppy understand each other. Guppy clearly understands the rest of you, but it's not sure how much. Guppy truly understands the language.
I don't understand the rest of us that much.
Yeah, yeah. and
Truth.
and none of you hear Guppy say anything except normal dog sounds. Yeah, yeah.
So basically, Guppy is Chewy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Charlie can understand Guppy. but it's not clear.
And the same with Lorenzo. Like, we don't hear Lorenzo, but we know that there is some sort of communication.
Yes, you know that that Fallon talks to Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Which
love
is
that.
their sword. And
But she also talks to their motherboard, their
That is
bed,
also true.
their slippers,
The air.
their,
Yeah, that
their
is
true.
true.
so
That is true.
So
That is
whether or
true.
not you realize that
Yeah.
Lorenzo is actually talking back,
That's interesting, yeah.
you do know that Fallon, I think, stops and listens to
There's
what
far
Lorenzo
less
might be
swearing to Lorenzo than there is
Yes.
to all of the other things.
Yeah. And Fallon seems to expect
please.
a response from Lorenzo where they don't expect it from everything else that
That
they
is
swear at.
accurate.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
That sound good?
Yeah.
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 Oh, God.
So yeah, I guess it's up to
Yeah.
you if Maggie knows and if I don't know if Krister
Do you
knows.
call the sword Lorenzo?
Probably.
Yeah. So I think Maggie knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe or maybe not.
Plus?
You've talked about it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something that
Well-
we've all been avoiding, or Maggie just. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say we can hammer it out as
Yeah.
to what the relationship was actually like, but I feel like it was contentious because it would be hilarious.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think Maggie wants to reforge a relationship with Lorenzo? Do you think it'd be hot?
Damn it, Rob.
Do you just want to pound it out? I'm sharp today. What can I say?
Is there some cutting remarks?
You're salty.
All right.
We've all fallen victim to the rapier wit.
Yeah.
Hate all of
Yes.
you.
Move
Yeah.
on.
Okay, so where did
So we were arguing.
Yeah,
we were
Fallon
waiting for
comes
Fallon to
down.
come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fallon comes
Yeah.
down. The four of you are there. You've got maybe about 15 minutes now before everybody shows up. You can hear like clanking and all kinds of massive amounts of noise coming from the kitchen. Yeah.
Don't interrupt Maggie when she's baking.
Yep.
Also, Fallon is still probably holding a succulent.
Oh, okay. All right.
They went to Home Depot and got
Yeah.
like a flat of them
Oh,
as well.
by the way,
Really?
Yeah.
Because what do you like to do with succulents?
No,
I know
That's
it
a
came
very
up.
personal
Fallon,
Leading question.
Fallon's
Tea.
current project is trying to communicate with the tree outside.
Awesome.
The onus being that like a root system is sort of like the way computers are connected.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely not stolen from a Shauna Maguire book. And the idea being, and since succulents don't die as easily, they've decided that that is the best route to take. Is, damn it, I did it this time. Is
Best
to go
route.
via like a California native that isn't going to
Cool.
die as easily. Because while they're really good at like figuring out the electronics, they aren't great at remembering to water them.
The electronics.
You don't water
Fallon.
electronics.
No, you don't.
Exactly.
Fallon, Maimrie, by the way, is wearing the necklace you threw out the window. And it's like out there. To
Yeah.
Did you just say fuck you?
Yes.
Finders keepers.
see. Fallon says that out loud.
Yeah. Fuck you.
The
She's talking to the necklace, by the
yeah.
way.
Sassy.
Yeah.
Actually, roll dexterity plus alertness.
Oh,
Fallon.
fuck nuggets. That was Clara this time.
And Maimrie, what is your perception plus kenning?
That would be a 5, Alex.
5. Okay.
Wait, what's the target is?
So
I only
yeah.
I'm only rolling 5.
roll. Okay. So target is going to be 6. So you roll, and then you roll 5 dice, Maimrie.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's 1, 2, 3
Three.
successes.
Yeah, I got 1.
Then
One's
10.
0.
Did you
got,
get a 10?
You got a 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
got
not
that.
specialized.
No, that's going to count. It is going to count.
And she
though,
got
for
a 10.
this.
I got a 10.
Yeah.
Okay, your 10 doesn't count.
Oh.
Unless you have
Whoa,
a special.
favoritism. Look
Yeah.
at
I mean,
that.
right?
No, but I will tell you, I do not know
Inconsistent
how well that
application
necklace
of the
is
rule
going to
set.
survive
So
for
okay, so
an
what were the
escalates
results?
load.
I got 1 net success.
3 successes.
3 successes.
One.
Okay, all right.
My success was a 10, though. So 2 successes.
So 2. Okay, so 2 to 3. Okay, so you say "fuck you" to the necklace,
Yes.
Oh.
and one of the little leaves, like whips out and just like tries to slap
I love
across
your
your
necklace.
face.
Not because it hit Fallon, but that's rad.
You barely back away, and like you can feel the air as it whooshes across your nose. Like it was about to smack you good in the face.
I lean over and I say, "Some plants respond to verbal cues."
No, this is great.
It's like, awesome.
It listens. It listens. It listens. I need your necklace. My necklace.
Isn't she mean? You belong to me, right?
Queen of glamour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I roll to wrestle that thing out of her hands? Necklace? Wrist? Neck?
Possibly.
I don't know that it wants to leave with me now.
Yeah. What exactly do you do?
I think I'm just gonna go for it.
Are you doing that like just that kind of like rough and tumble sort of grabby? I don't want to give it to you. I want the necklace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not
So-
hardcore trying to.
I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
But I
so
was
you just like
going
reach
for
out to
again,
grab it.
yeah.
How does Maimrie react?
She tries to fly away.
Okay. All right.
Jesus.
All right, a little PvP action. Woo! Maimrie, give me a Dex plus Athletics or Alertness, whichever is higher.
Sure.
And wait, what are your arts?
I have chicanery, legerdemain, contracts, and naming.
Add your legerdemain,
Sweet.
and then Fallon, give me a Dexterity plus Athletics or Brawl.
Cool beans.
I have higher in athletics than brawl, which
Yeah, that's fine.
I think was on purpose, but I can't remember why now.
You're not trying to hurt her, really. You're
1, 2, 3 successes. 4 successes.
Yeah, 4 successes.
yeah.
Like normal successes.
And yes, I am purposefully giving Maimrie advantages.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. There's
I
a
got
reason.
2 successes because the one canceled the one out.
Man, okay.
I'm mostly made of limb.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 successes.
Yeah.
To Fallon. So.
And apparently now the necklace has consent, so...
So Maimrie, you can feel the necklace is like, yeah, get the fuck out, get the fuck out, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like the necklace is like pulling on you, like, yes, let's move. And you and even Hinty is like, and,
What, you're not scared of the 7-foot troll coming at you?
yeah,
No, apparently everything around me is, but I'm not.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you would be.
No, I know. You know Fallon's not really going to hurt you. But you're like, you start to fly back, but Fallon is like so much arms and reaches out and just you grab hold of the necklace.
At that moment, I'm actually just gonna. I'm sitting down still, and I'm just gonna very quietly say, "We have about 15 minutes until everybody comes in."
I made life.
And the necklace starts digging into your
We had
palm.
15 minutes.
Like,
Okay.
It hurts.
That's fine.
I'm going to try to back you up because I'm just watching.
You
All
can
right.
still hold on to it if you want to, but it's making like it is like digging in. It like it is.
Nah, I respect no means no.
Yeah.
Just gonna put it down. We will talk. I'm just talking to Maimrie. Stress. We will talk later.
Beautiful.
Wah! I just start crying.
Do you really?
So mean.
I pull out a paperback
Maimrie.
western and just start reading.
Maimrie.
She just attacked me. I didn't even do anything. Usually at least do something.
You kind of did something.
What'd
like
I
she
do?
wanted the necklace, and you said no. And
It's
then
my
she was
necklace. It
like,
fell from the
I
sky.
made the necklace that's living. Yeah, but up in the sky is our bedroom.
That means nothing. I fail to see a correlation.
Just please don't
is
cry.
fine.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah, and I disapprove of her usage of my person.
I'm
This
using
time.
it as a human
That is
shield
true.
later.
So
15 minutes.
I'm gonna put my paperback book back in my pocket.
yeah. You guys
So-
hear the front door open. I don't know exactly where you are. We didn't really.
We're just kind of like in an
Yeah.
ante room off the kitchen, just
Right,
like
yeah.
almost like a sitting room or whatever.
Yeah,
I think.
But you hear the front door of the B&B portion of the house
Yeah.
open. 'Cause it's got a distinctive little bell on it. So, yeah. So you guys hear that. The bell, by the way, rings in your. It rings in the dreaming for you as well.
Oh.
So
cool.
yeah, so it can alert the four of you that somebody has entered.
Someone's come in.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay.
If you know, you can sort of like choose to know it or not.
That's fair.
You can put it on Do Not Disturb.
Just slide it.
Poor Maimrie, you're so sad.
Put a tree in front of it.
Yeah.
Sad.
And, Hinty just kind of like curls up on the top of your ear.
Oh,
and
Hinty.
yeah.
It is not the first time that someone has come after you. I do not think it will be the last. You are okay. You are able to keep the necklace. And very soon you will have a bunch of people to perform for.
Oh.
Now, I think we should just figure out what we're going to tell these people.
Well, what really is there to tell them? There's only so much control we have over the situation.
Tell them what you told us.
Are we in
we
agreement
have
of
to
that?
do this. They need to just go on about their business,
Yeah,
and we will
but
let them know when we find the soul.
do we really want to suppress their agency? I mean,
Apparently, we do, Maimrie,
Excuse me,
because
Fallon.
we were chosen.
How fast is it for you to set up just an email box?
I mean, we probably already have one for the. We have the one for.
You can still do
Would
free
you
emails,
mind- yeah.
even though there's
Can
no
you
G+.
just set up a separate server with an email address of info@baronstatue.com?
We already have that. That already exists. I just don't check it.
That's fair.
Although we could remind them that it exists.
That's if to Maimrie's point, if we decide that we want to have the community rally around, and I'm sure they have deep thoughts, and this does matter to them, if they have any clues or abilities or anything in which they find out things on their own, I would love for them to be able to help us in that way.
Like a suggestion box.
That's exactly it.
You're crowdsourcing this.
why are you
I
it's
imagine-
crowdsourcing? Why are you still living
I was
in the
gonna
90s?
say,
Right?
has my
Yeah.
search? Well, I'll ask you later actually, because I still have that search running for
Oh yeah, that's
Jules.
right.
I was gonna say we have the email that no one writes into. We have the Facebook group, which is really just a grumpy neighborhood watch group.
Yeah, I'd prefer it not be on there.
Do you want to let's set up a specific email for
Yeah,
this?
prophecy@baronstatue.com.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
The door opens just a little bit, and you see Krister's beautiful face poke in and say, is the meeting going to be in here, or
Yes.
Sure.
Right? Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what
Yes.
the house looks
You
like.
can sit here. There's
Yes.
there's
I
seat by
assume-
me.
Oh,
We
wonderful. I'm
talked
not
about
too
it as like a
early.
meeting
No.
room
Great.
kind of-
I'm just gonna open the doors for everybody
Yeah.
then at that
Yeah.
point. And then I'm gonna go in
Um,
and see if I can help Maggie.
Yeah. So Maggie says, "No, dear. I've got it all. It's all ready." And you see her like she is carrying trays like 20 different trays, like big
She's
serving-
foot and a half,
Yeah.
2 foot.
She's like the
serving trays.
teapot from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got
She's
like
Angela Lansbury.
She's Angela
Totally
Lansbury.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's got like dozens of trays balanced on her fingertips and every which way.
Awesome. There
and-
might even
yeah.
look like there's extra fingertips when you look,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you can't
yeah.
really see.
Right?
Yeah.
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 You can't really
Yeah.
tell. Like, how can she possibly
Yeah.
hold that many
Whoa.
trays? And nothing's getting squished. And then she goes, "But thank you for the door, sweetie." And she just glides right past you. It doesn't seem like she could possibly fit through the door with all of these trays. And then a table just appears, and then the food is laid out, and it is this massive feast. It is like 2 12-foot-long tables filled with every delight imaginable. There's like a suckling pig. There's like
Yeah.
all kinds of desserts. There's a fondue fountain and cheese and chocolate.
Yay.
Yeah.
But it's like one fountain that is split down the middle.
Yes, yeah. Half is chocolate, half is
cheese.
cheese. Yeah, and
They don't mix in the middle either. You just
yeah,
go.
yeah. It's just
Oh, you can shut
a
it. I
veritable
was looking at
magical
my-
smorgasbord.
Yay.
Yeah.
Templeton.
Soon, everybody else is coming in. All of the usual people that you all know and expect from town, and then a few others of the guests. That red cap that was mentioned,
And the red cap isn't staying at the manor. The red cap is
He is.
just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
he's
it's a
got a
visiting
room.
red
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a visitor. Like he came in a
Okay.
couple of days ago. He's
Okay.
just staying there. He's mostly kept to himself.
Okay.
Why don't you roll?
Which means he's trouble.
Yeah, roll
He's a red cap.
charisma plus empathy.
Bastin red caps.
Or if you think you've interacted with him a lot, you could roll. You could roll subterfuge if you prefer, or maybe etiquette.
I think I'm the same in all of those. So I'm going to say, though, that it's empathy. Makes the most sense. So.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I have to make sure.
Yeah. And charisma or perception.
Okay.
Or manipulation would work too. Or appearance.
I was going to do
Just take your 2 highest skills and roll them.
charisma. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
Roll for
A
hotness.
fistful of dice roll.
And what am I
Let's
trying
go.
to? What I remember, or is this a?
No, like how much were you able? Did you talk to him, and were you able to get him to
Oh,
open up
excellent.
about
Okay,
who he is, why he's here, what, all that stuff?
I'm good at that.
Yeah.
So
How well did you socialize?
I
with him?
have a friendly face. I
Oh, okay.
have which. Also, let's see what that does. Once I said it probably lowers the difficulty.
Yeah, probably.
Is what I'm guessing. 177, I think.
Yeah, and you've got the sex appeal too, which is
yeah.
going to lower some difficulty.
what are
Minus
you
2
trying to do?
difficulty, and sex appeal is minus 3.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, I guess I
oh.
just see how much I've interacted with him while he's been here.
Yeah.
Oh, how
Minus
hot you
2
are.
difficulty on all appropriate social roles.
Okay.
What about inappropriate social roles?
So we can just say friendly face
Yeah.
and not the
Yeah.
sexual whatever
Yeah,
it is.
your difficulty is going to be 4.
Okay.
Well, no, I'd say because he's a red cap, he's
won't
generally a little
sexy
higher and a
look.
little unsocial. So, so his normally.
I just thought I had
a
a merit that was night shift,
Yeah.
and that scared me. But it was when I was going to take those night sight.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
night,
yeah.
Not night shift.
So I think the difficulty naturally would have been 7, and
Okay.
the friendly face is going to lower you to 5.
Okay.
I would just like
Yes.
to point out that Clara looked at me and said, "Oh, he's a Bastin red cap."
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Damn it!
I need to look up one more.
I
of
mean,
Oh,
my
you
there
like
you
dim
go.
apples? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
apologies,
Enjoy
but
that.
Suck on dim
this is
apples.
our
This is
first.
what you need to do, Clara. How dare you?
Oh, okay.
I just
I'm
like
not
making
doing
you
that.
dumb accents.
5.
Now he's going to be from Baston.
Uh-oh.
That's bad.
I only have 3, but no ones.
Only 3
only 3.
successes.
Yeah.
Get the
well,
fuck out of here
I
with
had
that.
3 and I only rolled 4. This was
Yeah.
rolling slicks.
That's really good, actually.
Okay, 3
but
successes.
Yeah, and just so everybody remembers, 1 is a barely made it.
Yeah.
3 is solid, you did it.
Yeah.
5 is beyond all expectations. So, and then 2 and 4 in between.
Cool beans.
So, so you had a pretty good conversation
Yeah.
with him.
the red cap.
Yeah.
So I know his name.
His name is Bradley. And
Bradley.
yeah, Bradley.
Nip Nops, Krister,
Bradley. Yeah.
Because he's fucking from Bastin.
Bradley.
He's a Southie.
Dirty
The
Southie.
red cap.
Yeah.
Is he totally one of the Wahlbergs? And he's part of Wahlburgers?
Yeah, I think so.
Or
yeah.
is he more an
Yeah.
Affleck?
He's
He's an
more of an
afflectation upon
Affleck.
us.
Oh, let him be Casey, though.
No.
Casey's sweet.
No. Casey was like a womanizing douchebag. Actually.
Casey Affleck?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so it's like the rest of the family.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but
Um,
I'm not going to say things out loud because
yeah.
I don't want to get sued, but
I know, right? Yeah.
not that I
Anyway.
could get sued.
Anyway,
Oh, my God.
friend of the show.
Yeah.
Casey.
What did Ben Affleck do to you?
Right? No, I was gonna Wahlburger.
Yeah.
All over the place.
No, but he's from Boston. He's just kind of like his buddies wanted to go to China and do a trip.
Yeah.
And he kind of got something happened there with a girl.
Mm-hmm.
He's doesn't really go into a lot of details about it, but he decided to come home early, and he's just staying a couple extra days here because it's nicer.
Boston
than
douche.
Boston.
Yay!
Yeah, but something, you know, and then it was
Okay.
like a thing, and then a thing, and yeah.
A girl, a
and she was just
thing.
like, she was just kind of like off the rails, you know, like a little off a rocka, and yeah.
Sure. I don't think we say that anymore.
It hurts me.
Off the rocka?
Like ever.
Why don't we say that anymore?
This is kind of rude.
No, it's rude.
It's
No.
rude.
It's not like racist though, right?
Yeah, kind
Is there
of.
race?
It's
rocka
it's
racist?
what we call an ism. So
Oh, okay,
just
okay.
best not.
What if I say she's off a naka? Is that like? I mean,
think
Naka's
you
a
should
Well,
probably
she's no
gonna-
longer
probably
dating a knocker.
stuff
It's
some
okay.
like blintzes in your
What? What?
cake hole
What?
or something.
What?
This so much.
What?
Like food.
Oh yeah, hey,
Food.
delicious.
Free, delicious
Rob
food.
hates him. Rob hates
Rob
him.
hates him. Yeah.
Tommy's indifferent.
Yeah.
Rob hates him.
You know what? He's
Yeah.
wearing Skechers too.
Fuck him. It's just like that guy from Boston I fought
Well,
in a bar
because
in
they
Brooklyn.
totally come in the wide size.
I swore you
Well, my
you
Boston
started to
feet.
say that guy from Boston I fought in the war.
The war.
Like
Except it's the
Back in
war.
Korea.
the war.
That's
Yeah,
right, the
back,
war.
back in Korea,
War,
you know.
war, and a war before.
Why go to the moon? Why not?
Yeah.
Sorry.
The end.
Shit, see what you did?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
jokes were innocent
Yeah.
and cheeky. Your
Yeah.
jokes are malicious and
You did
cause
this.
this shit.
I said
Yeah.
it quietly, and you repeated it.
I did.
Got
It's
a
true.
point.
I did.
It's got a
I-
point. You made
know
sure
what?
I heard
High five
it.
that up
right.
and Smealed it.
Everything's
Thank
Rob's
you.
fault.
I'm
Yeah.
pumping.
I know you are. You're very good at it.
Clara, take a point of glamour for taking us to Boston.
We love Bostonians.
I'm shipping out from Boston.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, no,
Whoa.
no, 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 no. You don't fill in a bubble.
Oh, you don't feel
No, not a bubble.
Damn
A
it.
square.
A box. Yeah.
Damn. Right.
So anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
You're already full. You're already full.
Yeah.
So yeah,
sorry.
so it's kind of like a touristy thing. He's not really here.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to have any specific like purpose
Like
in
he
being
should
here.
just
He's like
stuff
just
his
kinda,
cake hole and be quiet.
possibly, yeah.
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 So
And then we haven't. We might define some of them as they come up or as necessary, but
Okay.
otherwise it's all of every single changeling that lives in Port Estrella.
All like 12 of them.
Yeah,
Estrella.
yeah, like
Yeah.
all 12 or so of them. They're all here, as well
Okay.
as Krister, Bradley the Red Cap, and
The indeterminate Japanese kid.
the indeterminate, yeah, and
did I
she hasn't really talked much.
fine.
Yeah,
did I find anything? The Japanese fae person who's
Yes.
with us. Okay,
Mhm. Yeah.
who's also staying, just like as a okay.
she's also staying here. Yeah.
Okay. Did I find Krister at all on Facebook?
No, you did not.
I'm sure I did not because you know,
He's on she date.
like totally blocked.
I don't think he
and-
needs she dates.
I don't
Maybe
think so
on
either.
Whatever the
Yeah.
She, you're kind of hottie to be.
This,
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, you did not find anything. on
I invite
Facebook
Maggie to
about
sit on the other side of him because
Yeah.
I don't need any competition.
Yeah.
Not that I'm really
She's-
worried about that.
She is like up and down, in and out. Like she is
Okay.
taking care of everybody.
Are you gonna sit down?
Yeah. And then also there's a couple of other people that you all know. A couple of other changelings that you all know are from the nearby area.
Oh, okay.
They're so there's some various people around from the environs that are
Got it.
closer to here than to LA that have come as well.
Okay.
It seems like word has spread. So you've got about maybe 20, 22 people here, including the
Wow.
four,
That's pretty good.
in addition to the four.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. At that point, once everybody kind of has something and whatever, and there's just sort of like a natural lull,
Yeah.
I'm going to stand up really quickly and thank you, everybody, for coming. It's a sad day, but Maimrie would like to tell you what is going to go on. And then I sit back down.
Playing Candy Crush.
Charlie looks super confused for a second, like, wow, I didn't know Maimrie was in charge. Cool.
And he's apparently your spokesperson. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not me. I'll just tell her what to
Adam.
say.
All right, everybody. So what am I supposed to say? Oh, never mind, I got it. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Everybody's kind of confused as to what's going on and what the new leadership is going to be, and frankly, we don't know. But
Clara?
This is what's going to happen.
I know
There's obviously been some kind of chimerical clue as to what direction we're supposed to go as a people. There have been some suggestions.
I saw it.
I think that the best way to go is with something like Concordia's next top potentate. So what we need to do is
There's several like hands
Okay,
raised. Yeah, like
Charlie
Please-
looks at
please hold the
Krister to see if
questions
he's
till
like, oh
after-
yeah, I know what that is.
after the statement.
Yeah.
So
Krister has just a very calm, pleasant
what
grin.
else?
Like something's happening here, and this is kind of fun.
This is adorable.
there
Yeah.
needs to be some kind of vetting system put in place and some investigation as to who the next person to be in charge of everything needs to be. Anybody who's sane doesn't want that kind of responsibility because usually it leads to this kind of assassination crap. Which, dude, bummer, right? Everybody in concordance with that, that's just like a shitty deal.
Apparently these things happen.
Apparently these things
Things that
happen.
happen.
It's like Game of Thrones, right? So, so basically what we're going to do is we as a collective, as your leaders, we're going to investigate the clues that were left with us in this little poetry thing. And then we're going to try to nail those down and find out who the next top potentate is going to be, right? And then try to put him or her, sorry about that, in power, right? So, and we're also going to set up a system where everybody can go ahead and chime in with their opinions. If anybody has an idea of what these clues mean, they can read us at what's the email address that we set up?
The prophecy at Baron
Statue.com, right?
Baronstatue.com.
Prophecy at baronstatue.com. I'm going to give you guys a second to write that down or to OneNote that thing because, you know, we're living in 2018. So 19, sorry. I lose track. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is we're going to try to suss this out for you as your appointed leaders. We're also going to go ahead and talk to people on, you know, upper echelon of leadership as far as this whole thing goes, and we're trying to figure this out. So if anybody wants to contribute to that, you can go ahead and reach us through that email address. And if you have any specific questions, I'm certain we can answer those now. So who has questions? Anyone?
Every single
wait.
hand in the room shoots out.
All right.
think that's what the email is for, isn't it? The email is for
Well,
that.
don't worry. Look, I like answering questions. So just
Yeah.
calm down.
I thought we were done.
Dude, I was bored up to about 5 minutes ago.
When someone gave you power.
Exactly. Yeah. You, the one in the middle with the red hair. Oh, the red cap. Yeah, that makes sense.
So like the king's gonna come from here?
Shit, who the fuck do I know, man? The king's going to come from
Maybe.
somebody. But, you know, I see the Pacific as sort of like a part of the clue there. So I'm thinking, hey, man, next guy could be you. Who knows? You're
It's
pretty
a
shiny.
crossroads.
Well, like I could be king, like me,
Like
King
me.
Bradley, yeah.
Yeah,
I
King.
hardly think that would be true, but
Dude, why do
I
we gotta
mean,
neg
who
people?
am I to burst your bubble?
Everybody can dream, right? So
It's true.
Yeah.
It's good to have
I could be
dreams.
your beautiful glowing
Make
queen.
them make the
Who
Fey
knows?
world
Yeah.
great again.
Yeah.
You guys could be that lucky, but I don't
Vote
think
for
that's going to
Boston
happen.
guy.
And you hear Maggie say, "Oh, Maimrie would make an excellent queen. Very nice, very sweet girl. Very
yeah,
very sweet girl.
Maimrie.
A little
Yeah.
flighty, but
Are we done
No,
yet?
I mean, people like to attack me for my jewelry because I got the bling going on. Everybody noticed? It's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
Check it out. But anyways, so any other questions? Who's next? Who's next? You over there in the corner with the green hair.
Charlie is starting to look at people like they're the ones that are saying you forgot to assign us homework.
yeah.
Like it's like stop raising your hands.
Yeah.
There's a fucking email, ask later.
Yeah.
Like,
can
can
go
we
through
get
it.
to the beach?
So is this going to be
Go to the beach after?
televised?
Krister.
You know, I would love for it to be televised, but
Do you
you know, I would probably think that probably Twitch, YouTube, maybe another type of sort of alternative video source might be better. You know,
I'm waiting
Well,
for
I'm-
you
I'm-
to say we me.
I'm just
Me.
No, in the Fey world it is.
It is me. It is
I
me.
think Maimrie's totally
Yeah.
got this. Do you want to go to the beach? There's a really
yeah,
cool
I think-
bar.
yeah.
It's called Cappy
Cappy Two Kids.
Cappy
balls. I don't know. I'm looking at your hat.
I really want that you to be. I really want Charlie to be making that up.
I know.
100%.
It's
Like,
totally like
balls.
there's a
Oh, wait.
Cappy ball.
I'm looking
There's
at
a
your
bar
face. is what I thought she was gonna
upstairs.
say.
It's called capybara.
Yes.
Capybaras.
Yes.
That is awesome.
But they seem
It's
like
the
they
smallest large bar everywhere.
Right, yeah.
Totally.
It's the littlest big bar.
Yeah.
totally have it
That's a
together
real thing
here.
now.
Capybaras.
I
Yeah.
think we could
Captain
probably
hat on a capybara.
leave like
Oh, that's great.
like 5 minutes
I want to open that
ago.
bar.
Yeah, so Krister is totally into this, and he's like, yes, let's just slip out and go. And you guys see Krister and Charlie just kind of like glide out the door.
Can she do that?
Are we all allowed to do that?
She can do whatever she wants.
All allowed to do that?
You can do whatever you
No,
feel
actually,
responsible.
I think you're doing much better with the blue eye shadow because it totally brings out like your eyes and it goes with what you're wearing.
Thank you. That's what I was thinking.
I'm saying, right? Nobody told you that?
Nobody
Bunch
told
of
me.
bitches in this town, I
I've been
swear.
wearing this all day.
Look, you look
Nobody
great.
cares.
You look
Thank
freaking
you.
great.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you.
All right.
I love you too, Maimrie.
Any,
You're just-
any other questions?
Yeah.
Our only other leader character just walked out the door.
Next? Yeah, you. With the nose thing.
It's Newt, Maimrie, and I got the nose piercing like a week ago.
I'm sorry. Do we know each other?
You hear a from behind you.
He's a dick.
Answer the question.
What's your question, Newt?
So like, what's gonna happen to all of us?
Like in an existential
I wish
sense?
I was still there.
Or
I mean, in like a political, like a geopolitical sense, like, you know, like is everything going to like fall apart? Like, what about the court system? I mean, like, are the houses going to rebel? Are we looking at like a civil war or something?
was
Like,
more
seriously, I'm
syllables than
really
I thought
freaking
he was
out
gonna
here.
do.
I have a
Look.
super proud look on my face for Newt. Yeah.
Newt, I understand your concerns. And frankly, I will tell you those are my concerns as well. Our future right now,
You've watched too much parliamentary.
our future right now
Let her finish.
C-SPAN,
is
yeah.
kind of in flux. And I understand that that's a source of anxiety for a lot of us. But I need you to understand that the four of us have firm control over this town.
3 of us.
Okay,
Right?
Charlie left.
Well, she's
Roll.
taking care of something else. But I assure you
Thank you.
that we will do our utmost to maintain the safety, security, and most of all the liberty of the changelings in this town.
Oh yeah.
But I will also assure you that the Kingdom of Pacifica is still very much a solid government that's looking out after its citizens.
Right.
And you have my personal guarantee that this council will see us through these tough times.
okay, roll. I need a roll. That's so good.
All right.
It's so good.
Did you
Take
know
a point
that-
of glamour,
Polly-
first
Did
of
you
all.
know that she could do that?
She's like a poli-sci minor.
I know,
yeah,
right?
like
So give me a charisma or manipulation, depending on if you believe that.
Oh, no,
use
it's total
charisma.
manipulation. This is
Okay,
fucking
manipulation.
bullshit.
Manipulation.
Persuasion?
Plus, you can use either politics or like leadership or persuasion.
How about
Yeah.
subterfuge? Because I'm totally bullshitting.
Yes, subterfuge. That works. I'm okay with that.
I'm going to spend a willpower
But
point
you're-
on this.
Okay,
You also,
all right.
but you also know how to pull Newt's strings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
So-
is sort of what I picked up
Yeah.
subterfuge for.
And this is also going to kind of like determine how the whole thing goes. So I'm
Yeah.
going to make this a difficulty 7.
Okay.
So, but you've
Sounds
spent
good to me.
a point.
I spent a
for
willpower point.
automatic success.
1,
Ooh, a
2,
10.
3.
So that's
oh, 7 is the
yeah, it's a 7. So that would be 4 successes with the willpower if yeah, because I don't have a specialization that would be
Cool.
high.
Yeah. Okay.
So 4 successes.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nicely done. And you heard me say take a point of glamour.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
your necklace high fives
Yeah.
you.
Right. Yeah.
and Hinty is like, yay.
Yeah. Henty is like on your like on the top of your earlobe. Just see.
Yeah. You're the best. You're amazing.
I can't imagine what that's going to sound at 2x. Like if someone just fast forward 2x is like, what just squeaked out of my stereo?
That's adorable.
And
More chimerical companions.
all right. So, Newt kind of like sits there and he's like, okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, of course, like it's not just gonna all fall apart, right?
There are mechanisms in place to make sure that these transitions work out, guys. Okay, we're all in this together. As long as we don't panic and we stay together as a group, we'll be okay. So everybody's just got to be focused on maybe if they want to help, please help. Otherwise, just live your normal lives like you would otherwise, and trust in your leadership in taking care of this for you, because we're accountable to you, right? Isn't that the way it's supposed to work?
Yeah.
Actually, she's accountable to you, right? So
Fallon, who has no poker face, is furiously chewing on her knuckles. That is it.
There's a slow clap starts. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, come on. Let's give ourselves a hand. We're awesome.
Maggie's like,
Right, yeah.
Sorry.
Maggie
Nice.
probably started it.
Yeah.
This is a little-
Yeah.
I feel like Maggie's a little bit more
Maggie's
genteel.
Maggie does
Yeah.
a little like golf clap.
I
Yeah.
can't believe that worked.
Actually, like Tommy, give me. No, I'm just gonna give this to you. You notice that there's the one person who's not clapping is Nipnops.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because actually I wanted to tell you, like I was looking at crowd reactions the entire
Yeah.
time she was talking.
Yeah.
Just to see what was going on. Okay.
Go ahead and give me a roll. Let's give me a
like
perception plus. You can do investigation or empathy.
Yeah, but like fuck Nipnops.
hard.
Well, I assume that you just took my side. Like you don't entirely know what happened, but you're just like, yeah,
Hell yeah.
standing with my friend here.
And this is, oh my god, that's a lot of ones.
Oh
Oh no.
No, there's only 2 ones actually. That's not the end of the world, but that 9 goes away, that 8 goes away, so 6 and 7.
Okay, so 2 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to scan the crowd. You're trying to get some things. But you're mainly focused on the people you don't know. So you notice that Nipnops doesn't clap at the end, and she's kind of been standing in the corner with her arms crossed, kind of just like skeptic about all of this. Occasionally, like sneering at Fallon.
That's just what she looks like.
Yeah, that's
like
pretty normal Nipnops.
Yeah.
And you see, and like you're kind of, you're really proud of Newt for actually asking the first like, poignant question.
And I'm proud of Maimrie too.
Yeah. And then you're mainly just focused on the people that you don't know. So I'm going to say you don't really get a good read on the normal townsfolk.
Okay.
But Nipnops and Newt, and then Bradley is just kind of like, you can see him kind of like sitting there smirking, like, hey, yeah, I could be king, yeah, and like, you can see him like planning out his gold toilet and stuff like that. And then
toilet.
The Japanese woman, she is just kind of the epitome of calm, and she's just kind of sitting there with her arms, her hands folded across her lap, and just watching Maimrie very intently, and she doesn't raise her hand, she doesn't ask questions, she does give a little polite clap, but you can tell it's polite. So there's a few that you kind of notice their reaction, nothing really alarming or anything.
Okay.
But Nipnops definitely not impressed, but that's kind of normal for her.
Yeah, I'll touch base on that later.
Yeah.
Because she and I think, had a good relationship.
Yeah.
But as things start to break up for the evening, or as people start to just focus on cucumber sandwiches.
Yeah,
and go
everybody's
leaving.
kind of like after the applause, everybody kind of like stands up. They're milling around. It's a social occasion now. They're all eating.
So what I'll do is I'll grab a pastry. That's one of Maggie's specialties. Like I'll grab 2 plates, one each, and then I'll bring it over to the Japanese woman. And I'll introduce myself and just kind of strike up a general conversation to see that eventually will meander through like, oh, you know, like, why are you here? Or are you enjoying the town? You know, it's kind of sad circumstances.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What did you think? You know, I know this doesn't necessarily pertain to you as, like, you know, her comments about Pacifica don't necessarily pertain to you, but, you know, he was everyone's king kind of a thing. And so the new
Well,
potentate.
because he was like everybody's everything.
Just kind of
right?
everybody's everything. Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Ilias
Ilias,
is the Pacifica
Queen of Pacifica.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so it's kind of like you know, there are all these different I mean, they all have a different name, like Dookie or Kingdom, etc. But all these different realms.
The douchey of
The
Boston.
douchey of
I would like to, like, there's
Take a point of glamour.
my
first point.
There's a part of me that's the Happy Jacks forward facing that would like to apologize to our
I
fans in the
know.
Northeast, but there's the Rob part of me that says everything Gina said is correct, and you guys can go fuck yourselves. So whichever one is least offensive or more offensive, I will let our friends in the Northeast choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can
It's a
decide.
choose your own adventure if we apologize or not.
Little did you know, Happy Jack was that interactive.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But,
Choose whether you're offended.
but yeah, she thanks you very politely. It's very formal. Her English is very. It's not flowery. It's not poetic.
Okay.
But there's no misspeaking. There's no like mistaken words. You know, it's like. There's no
poetry to it, but it's technically perfect.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly what I'm trying to get across. Yeah. Yes. She says her name is Ikome Kurosawa.
Okay. I'm going to write these all down, by the way.
Okay.
I'm doing this.
Good. That way I will remember them next time.
Those magic runes
I
allow
know.
you to remember things.
Right? Yeah. I was for the audience. I was just talking like before we started how like I always listen to the previous episode and I like refresh my memory and I like write I think a bunch of notes, but I'm always listening to them in my car, so I never actually make the notes. So, and by the time I get to where I'm going, I always forget that I was going to make the note, and yeah.
That's a mood.
So, I actually have something called natural linguist.
Ooh, that's great.
I don't remember what it did and if it would help me converse in a tongue that she is more comfortable with. I guess I could look it up, but looking it up sucks.
I know, right? Yeah, that's terrible. I am sort of right there.
Damn right you are.
Yeah.
So,
Mental, natural linguist. It should. It does not seem to be where I thought it would have been. It's not a mental merit? That's weird.
it is a mental merit.
Huh.
Merits and flaws. Start on page.
Yeah, and I'm
180.
It is one.
It's page 180.
Yep.
Is it just called language?
Natural linguist.
natural
the
linguist, there it is.
Traveled
Yeah.
changeling knows the use of being able to comprehend many languages. You may reduce the difficulty of any task involving the study of written or spoken languages by 3, and each purchase of a language merit gives you 2 languages instead of just 1.
Okay. So did you take the language merit?
I have taken Spanish and Chumash.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you can take 2 instead of 1.
Those
for
are probably the 2.
For the pip. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
you're right.
got
Because
one
only
pip.
because one has 1 cost next to it, one has 0 cost next
There
to it.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so I've already
exactly
done
right.
Okay.
that. I did rules right, lol.
Yay.
Yay, Rob. That's why you're our favorite Rob. Fuck that handsome Rob. He's a dick.
Right? Yeah.
Hot Rob.
Yeah. Hot Rob. He's terrible. He's the worst. Just
thought they
kidding,
called you
Hot Rob.
handsome
You
Rob.
know we all love you. We all love you so much. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. You have like
There's a rivalry here.
Yeah, I know, right?
A robbery.
No, he's a Clippers fan, so you know he's tenacious.
He'll come at you like a fucking spider monkey.
Exactly.
That is pretty adorable. We can't see it on camera,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you like went pop up like a
Oh, I thought it was a joke that you couldn't see me on camera because
No.
there's this fucking bottle in front of me.
oh no, and not because you're tiny. No, but the Clippers is sadly below, so it's
Yes.
an adorable Clippers jersey.
Right? Yeah.
A vest.
Yeah. So, so it kind of just means that if she starts speaking Japanese, it might be that
I
you can pick up
it
some,
up. Okay,
some
cool.
things.
That's what I
Yeah,
figured,
some
but
information.
I was just
Yeah.
trying to see if I could help her out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think because of that, you're able to speak clearly. And not just loudly and hope that helps. But you know,
Yeah, I don't do that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if any of you spend a lot of time communicating with people who are not native English speakers, but there's a way to speak much more clearly and enunciate better
Yes.
and slow down a little bit that you can pick up on that makes it easier and more comfortable for her to understand what you're saying.
Okay.
But yeah, she has no difficulty. Like you're able to communicate. You feel like pretty successfully, pretty
Okay.
clearly. But yeah, there's just no.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
It should just be on a
I
little
didn't
note
shed it.
there.
It must have
Yeah.
sucked
Oh,
close.
one,
got a really-
012 pound.
You got it. Okay.
Okay. Now, see, anybody who listens to the podcast can just break into Stu's and just get into his back bathroom.
Just wreck that bathroom.
Right?
Just wreck it.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Talking about
So-
you, Kadave.
The one rule of the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
You can't wreck it.
Can't
You don't wreck that one. You wreck the one in the house.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so she, what are you trying to,
I'm just trying to
Just-
aside from the small talk and stuff, is just get to her opinions, her thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody from a different kingdom may have a different perception on how like who should be the new potentate, who should be the
Uh-huh.
new king, how it gets chosen. She may have a different perspective on the prophecy, as a matter of
yeah.
fact, because she culturally will look at things differently.
Yeah.
Different things have different meanings to different cultures. So we're coming from obviously a very town-centric aspect where obviously, well, when it says like when the passes come to port, obviously they mean Port Estrella because our town has the word port in it. But she may say, oh no, it could be the drink or whatever the So I'm just trying to get to see if there's any insights,
Yeah.
any perspectives, anything I can glean.
yeah. She's very polite, and she actually finds this a very wise thing to be discussing, and she kind of expresses that. She's encouraged by your astute questions. And she reminds you that as she has spent many years studying English, that you forget as English speakers sometimes how confusing your language is and how many different meanings each thing can have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she kind of reveals to you that she thinks it is a very smart move to be looking at different possible interpretations of every single word. And she also reminds you that prophecies come from the dreaming, and the dreaming has a way of defying what you would call logic.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how well you might analyze this prophecy, the meaning may escape you because it defies analysis.
But if a prophecy's meaning escapes everybody, does the prophecy ever come true? Because how does somebody know a prophecy comes true if no one understands what the prophecy was?
The interesting thing about prophecies is that they always come true to someone.
Dong, and that's what happened.
I love that. I actually
The little
love
bell,
that sound.
like
right
someone, like Nipnops is leaving.
Yes.
She's just pissed.
I know.
No,
Motherfucking horoscope.
no, that's the bell of someone coming in. Actually,
Oh, okay.
That's a
All right.
horoscope.
How long is she staying in town? Just real quick.
She said she'll be staying
Better now.
one more day, and then
Okay.
Actually, I
she
kinda
must
like it.
move on.
What is that?
Okay. All right.
Sour.
Oh, yeah.
I finished that off, so I want a little bit here.
Oh, I
Pour some
thought
out.
it might be yeasty.
Oh, that,
So let's cut down to Capybara,
Oh, yeah.
the littlest big bar on the beach.
Capybara.
I want to know.
I love capybaras, man. It's
Sour.
got to be a Brazilian dude.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring out if Fallon is attracted to Krister.
To Krister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like really, 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 really hot.
They're
Super hot,
They're
insanely
really,
hot.
really,
a
really, really
thing.
good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out
Like-
later.
Okay.
Like, you notice how there are 5 dots for appearance?
Yeah.
He doesn't fit. Like, he needs a 6th dot. Like,
Yeah, well, she can do that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can put 5 on there and they get a bonus 1.
Right?
Yeah.
Six
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
reasonable.
Yeah. So he is the hottest of hot people,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
He's super
Well, and like
hot.
that's acknowledged. It's whether or not Fallon has figured out that they
'Cause
want
you're-
to do anything with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They're-
Whether or not you want
Fallon,
to.
they're
Yeah.
I've shown
kind
you
of,
my character sheet. Though, you know, like-
ace a little bit,
Yes.
right?
They're-
Like
yeah,
not
they're-
super interested, aromantic.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
ace at
She's
the.
like stupid pretty.
They're ace leaning towards romantic,
Yeah.
but like I
Yeah.
don't think they would know what to do with anything, like, with any feelings if it happened.
I hear that.
We'll see.
So, what do you and Krister talk about as you're going down to Capybara? Are you like just walking, nice stroll down the hill to the beach?
Yeah.
Anything? Yeah. No.
Yeah. So what did you do? Like you were here about 100 years ago or so. You said.
About 100. Yes, I had some very lovely friends who lived here.
Did you know my friend Tommy?
We have met before. Yes. I'm not sure if
He's
he
been here
remembers me or not.
forever,
Yes.
like forever and ever.
It's hardly aged a day.
Nah, he's sweet.
Yeah.
He's a sweetie.
Did you know Baron Morgan? And he actually says, "Did you know Baron?" And he gives Morgan's full name, which is that
Oh,
huge,
like-
long Irish name that you gave me, and I wrote down somewhere. It took 5 minutes to say,
I forgot.
and had a whole bunch of vowels in it.
It
Sounds how he
did.
says it.
Flugin,
yeah.
Florgan.
I
Yeah.
wrote it
Yeah.
somewhere
Yeah.
too.
Oh, that's
so.
Northern European. We're talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
no letter actually sounds like it's supposed to. Freaking
Damn it.
Welsh or Irish.
Yeah.
Crap.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, and did I
Um,
not even write it down? I swear I did because I was looking at Scottish towns.
I know. Yeah, I have it written down somewhere, but it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's buried in here.
Point being,
Um,
he doesn't just use Morgan.
Yeah, he doesn't just use Morgan. He says the entire
did
name.
I? Because his kind of I was not in class that day. But I know who he
Yes,
was
yeah,
because I've been
yeah.
around. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, Baron Morgan was.
Gina wasn't here.
Yeah, Baron Morgan was the ruler of this area and the steward of the freehold for several hundred years, and then he died, quote unquote, last year, a
Yes.
year ago today.
So even though some of us are younger from our like cocoon or chrysalis
Yes.
state,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
we would have known.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But you Baron Morgan was here a year ago, and the 4 of you teamed up with Baron Morgan to fight off that chimerical kaiju. So all 4 of you knew him.
Oh,
and, yeah.
excellent. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But like we weren't BFFs or anything.
He was a
like that.
she, right?
Yeah,
He was a she. Yes.
he was. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I knew him a little.
And, he must have thought quite highly of you for you to have ended up as steward.
I never really thought about that, but yeah, I guess so, huh? I didn't really think about that.
You seem to not think very highly of yourself.
I don't know. It's not really that. I guess it's more, I don't really worry about it.
That's refreshing. I worry about everything.
You do?
I do.
Like what?
No, literally everything.
That sucks. We need to get to, what was it called?
There's a
Capybaras.
beetle underneath a plant 450 yards to our right that is about to be eaten by a lizard. It worries me. I mean, it's the circle
Really?
of life, but I can't help but notice it and be worried. It's a little strange, don't you think?
That is a little strange. Let me ask you something. How much
Yes.
do you like the ocean?
I find the ocean very peaceful.
I do too. Maybe we could skip Pappy's. Just head to the beach.
I am delighted to release myself to the splendor of your company for the evening.
Excellent. Have you ever fell in love at, first sight?
Only this time.
I think that's true. We're going to go to the beach.
He already said full release. What else do you want?
I know. I know what he said.
Rob and I are sitting here like,
Like,
A lady never.
That's
a
right,
lady
yeah.
never. It isn't.
has anybody seen my car?
Isn't nice.
Yeah.
A lady never.
I had that song stuck in my head all morning, actually.
Really?
Oddly enough. Yeah, I really did. Yeah.
And blow on some other
Guys,
guys.
dice.
...
Okay. Fallon, what are you doing after the big meeting breaks up?
probably puking because public speeches are not a
You
thing
didn't
I
have
want
to
to do.
public speak.
I know.
That's amazing. She just watched somebody she knows give a
Yeah.
public speech and had to go vomit because of anxiety.
You made me say the email.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Oh,
God.
that's so sad.
No, it was more probably that they were worked into a lather about it, and it was like, I'm just gonna sit in the bathroom for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good at a lot of very few things, and
Yeah.
very bad at a lot of other things. Although I had a plan, and then did the search pull up anything yet?
Why don't you give me a perception plus computer?
Oh god. Yay.
What's Maimrie doing?
Yeah, well, of course I'm a natural leader, so
Yeah.
I was,
Everybody wants to talk to you
yeah,
afterwards. Yeah.
I'm basically just schmoozing with everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to set them at ease, actually, is what I'm
Yeah.
doing. There's a whole
Wow.
lot of tension.
Okay.
And she wants to sort of like,
Ooh.
She wants to just
Oh,
spell it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How am I so bad at this?
Okay, what-
I am really bad at the system.
What'd you get? 0.
Yeah,
A big
I'm
0?
2 ones, 2
remarkably.
successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm remarkably bad at the
Aw.
system. I don't know why.
You did
well,
Probably my own
last time
dice.
I saw.
here's the thing, is that you ran a search, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
On
So
fucking Alta Vista. That's the problem.
That's what it was.
Fucking ask Jeeves. Hey, is there a trinket and a crown,
Bing.
motherfucker?
Or
so
it pulled up way too much data.
you run a search and it is entirely Pinterest results.
Oh no, and you don't even have a Google login.
Yep.
God damn.
It's useless.
Yeah. And it is
With an occasional
Yeah.
I hate
Tumblr.
this. I hate it so much.
I know, yeah. Yeah, Tumblr, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Sorry,
WordPress.
Pinterest and Tumblr have ruined Google image search.
That is true.
Systematically destroyed the whole point of it. It's,
Truth.
yeah, it's useless. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what you're getting right now on Lost Jewelry.
You gotta rewrite the query so
Yeah,
it
I've gotta
removes
re-
Pinterest.
Yeah, I've
search
got to read it,
results.
but then it's going to
Where
remove. Yeah.
where are you doing this?
I'm checking my. I think I've had something. I'm a hacker. I had it set up to ping my phone.
Oh, okay.
But like, it's just one of those things that runs in the background, and apparently the effectiveness is
Yeah.
there's just a shruggy
Yeah.
emoji.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Anything?
Is it Clippy?
Nah, it's
I see you're doing a
It's
You're
search.
like, WTF.
it's a
Clippy.
mini cartoon of Maimrie, and it's
Clippy.
just her doing this.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so
Middle
many gifs of
finger.
Maimrie doing that.
Right. Yeah.
It's literally just gifts of Maimrie every
Yeah.
time I want to
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
This is fine.
You hear a voice from like looking down from where you're sitting, like leaning over you. I mean, you really need one of those screens that blocks your phone from other people seeing it, and also you really need to rewrite the Boolean on that code.
Like, first of all, it's very rare that Fallon has to look up at anyone, but they're sitting. So Fallon's gonna look up at Nipnops.
He didn't say it was Nip Nops.
It's Nipnops.
It is
I knew it was Nip Nops.
I was so proud of you for Clara for just like
I know.
knowing that. Yeah,
I know. I was just being obstinate. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
It's like I have established this NPC properly because all I have to do is say something snarky and you know who it is. Yeah.
And I think that you need to learn to not eavesdrop or screen watch other people's bloggings.
Oh yeah. Don't screen watch other people's bloggings. Yeah. That's good advice. That's really good advice.
It's really good advice from someone who's very successful.
I'm very successful, and I could write circles around that search.
Mm-hmm.
If you weren't so arrogant to not ask me how to help, maybe I would help you.
I would like to remind you that those who can do, and those who can't teach.
Oh, motherfucker! Our apologies to Jason Kimmy and everybody else who's a teacher in Happy Jack's community.
Sorry.
But she ain't wrong. What? Where did that come from? What?
Yeah.
Teachers are the backbone of our society. Thank
That's
you.
right, yeah.
Right?
We're spineless.
God, I want to give you a point of banality just for saying it.
Awesome.
I would, but that'd be. I'm like flirting with banality all the time anyway. It's like my least adorably hyper character in the Changeling
Right?
game.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, roll.
Oh, I'm not cool.
Yeah, roll charisma or manipulation plus intimidation.
Yeah,
Perform
I'm
under
a
pressure.
fail miserably. Hold on.
That's fine.
Spend a willpower.
No.
Yeah, you can.
1, 2,
You
3.
can
Man, spend it, dude. They come back.
That's
Yeah,
true.
okay.
Yeah, I'll spend a willpower for this. I have.
Come on,
I
just
have.
right?
This
spend
is
this
pride.
currency. It's
Right?
okay.
Yeah.
I
Spend
do that
it.
all the time too.
Yeah.
This is pride, so yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I'll spend a willpower to get 1 success automatically,
Uh huh. Yeah.
and then oh man,
And you 4 dice.
Fine.
It's okay.
4 dice.
It's all right. You're great.
Wow, I'm really bad at this. I have
Well,
1
that is-
success.
No, 2. There's
Plus
6.
1 success plus the willpower.
1 success
2
plus my
success.
So
willpower
it's 2
success.
successes. Yeah.
2 successes.
So
Yeah,
you
there
said
we
it
go.
clearly.
Sorry.
Ha! I didn't puke.
That's right. Or just say, teachers do!
Yeah. Yeah. You say clearly, and she goes, "Fuck you," and she turns and walks away.
I probably should have accepted the help, but like also, Nipnops is a bitch,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that someone else, like I'm sure that Tommy can catch up with them.
That's actually what I was
Is
gonna
what
do.
I assume you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I will, like watch them leave, because Nipnops actually is better at that than I
Yeah.
am, and I'm gonna text Tommy.
Wow, you can recognize that.
I'm gonna
Dang.
text Tommy really fast and just say like,
I just realized.
I
Yeah.
Nipnops. Like it just says like. It just says something just like it's like an emoji, and it's like it's the shruggy. It's not even like
Yeah.
the cute. It's not like the picture one. It's
Is
the,
it the one
text
that's like this?
It's the text one, and it says, "Check with Nipnops about search engine" or something really vague.
Okay. Am I done speaking with Ikome?
Yeah, in a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Yes,
going to go to
yes.
Maimrie.
Yes.
Cool.
So Maimrie, so you're fielding all of the inquiries. Everybody's trying to get a moment with you.
A moment with Maimrie.
Yeah.
A moment with Maimrie.
That is their podcast. That is their podcast.
You realize that Newt has been right there the whole time. He's not asking questions, but he's staying near you and listening to everything you say to each person.
You have a fan. He loves
All right.
So yeah.
Okay.
yeah, you're getting all kinds of questions like, oh, are you worried? Who should we talk to? Like, have you spoken to the Queen? Are you going down to Los Angeles to meet with Queen Ilios? Are you, have you received any word from the royal houses? Like, it's all these kind of questions.
Does Newt live in LA now?
No, Newt lives back in Port Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. He was banished back over here.
Mm-hmm.
She is definitely going to answer questions to the best of her ability, and what she's going to say is that, look, this is all pretty new and fresh. You know about as much as we do. Yes, we are going to talk to the Queen. That is the very next thing we're going to do. I personally have plans to travel to Los Angeles tomorrow to try to seek an audience. But as you understand, this is something that affects Concordia as a whole. And I'm certain that all of the high-level royals in this area have been bombarded with questions. I have a personal relationship with the Queen and her seneschal.
Is
true.
tomorrow school day?
So I am certain that I'm not going to have any problem trying to get her attention to answer some questions. But what I'd like to know, and you can go ahead and use the email address, what questions or concerns you would like to present to the Queen. I'm certain that I could field those for you.
Yeah, I think you're working this crowd, and
Yeah.
and because you had a really great role earlier, I'm gonna say it is working. Everybody who's coming to you and asking you, they walk away feeling very confident, very like, oh, okay, Maimrie's got this. Wow, she's so good.
But the thing is, what I'm going to do is also, I'm going to sort of like push it off. It's just like, look, we've got some people that are really trying to tackle this as far as researching it on the Feynet. And we also have, I don't know if you know this, but Tommy over there has been a detective for like all the years.
Literally all of them.
Like all of them.
Yeah.
Like
So,
practically when he got that trench coat.
So, we have some pretty heavy hitters on our hands, on our side. So, we're going to get this resolved and we're going to figure it out. But, what we got to do is, at the local level, things are just going to go ahead and just going to happen the way that they normally happen, And really, when all is said and done and I become queen or something cool like that, it'll all be great.
Oh, no. I want it to be Tommy. I want to be Newt so bad. So.
Do you want to spend a willpower point and take a point of damage?
Oh, crap.
Or
Yes!
or you don't have to.
Take a point of
Oh,
damage?
is that
take
your
the
bard's tongue?
damage.
Why? What's the damage?
Because I have a flaw called Bard's Tongue.
Yeah.
Which means if I
That's what
blurt
I
something
thought.
out, it'll actually become true. Unless I spend a willpower and take a point
You
of bashing
resist
damage
it,
to
basically.
resist
Yeah.
the
Oh, that's a terrible thing to have.
Isn't it awesome?
You
How
suddenly
did you have
you suddenly realize, oh
merits and
shit! What if I
flaws?
become queen?
No, I don't want that badly. Really, really badly do not want that. So I'll take a point of bashing,
Yeah.
and I'll spend that willpower.
Okay. Yeah. And you're hit with flashes of you like being crowned queen of all the Fae in all of the Autumn World, and they put the crown on your head and they give you a spear and an orb and
Spear in an orb.
and
And a
you're-
cupcake.
right? Yeah.
And suddenly into the
No, I feel great through all of that.
And it seems really awesome. You've got like this like cadre of hot people like carrying you around on a palanquin, and
Like a Duran Duran video.
yeah. And then you realize, then all of a sudden you're hit with this vision of everything evil and disgusting and banal in the world suddenly attacks and destroys everyone
Because there's like
you've
a
ever
line
known.
of like a retinue and all the people
All
of
of
the
that's
kingdom
actually
like
kind of
lined up
exciting.
for.
Even like the bad
Yeah.
dark part
Really?
is
Yeah.
kind of exciting.
And
the,
then-
the thing
yeah.
that she goes through her head is the paperwork.
Yeah.
All of the fucking seneschals asking her
Yeah.
advice and her just being so bored.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Bored.
And that's the next thing you see is just centuries and centuries of signing your name, and then another piece of paper is put in front of you, and you sign your name, and then another for centuries, and you realize, oh fuck, that's a bad idea.
I'm going to take a hard pass on that. Thanks.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And you somehow put it out into the dreaming that this is not a thing that's going to happen. You managed to stop it.
Through your own pain.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility of me nicking somebody's ID or wallet?
What to do with that ID?
Yeah.
Well, it's a certain person that I'm thinking about that doesn't get along with one of my friends and is actually poopy and didn't clap at my speech.
Oh.
Oh. I am pro this plan. Continue.
Yeah.
Who didn't clap at your speech? Me.
Nip not.
This is
there.
a bitch.
Roll. Are you using Ledger Demand?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll just say
All right.
I could have left my purse behind because I'm totally distracted. I'm fine with that.
Oh,
if
you
you
definitely
want.
did.
Oh
Yeah.
no. He's.
I'm like, let's get foe.
I
What is
assume-
what's your what's
Yeah.
your realm? Your Fey realm?
I have Fae of 2, which means
Okay,
that I
yep.
can affect
You're fine.
she.
Yeah.
And I have the pickpockety part, so that
Yeah.
would be a dexterity plus, I believe, what was it?
Dexterity plus larceny.
I do not have
Is it-
larceny on this.
I have larceny.
Oh,
Why
you don't
don't
have
you
larceny.
have
Do
larceny?
you-
I don't have
What did you?
Because I need to know.
All
Can I
right.
see your
Stealth?
character sheet? Yeah. Let me see
Which
your
one?
character sheet real quick. Yeah.
I like there's an entire stat for it.
The top one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you do like
I guess
what?
it would be. Yeah, I guess it would be subterfuge on this one or stealth.
Subterfuge is fine.
You could do stealth. Stealth. Your subterfuge is even higher. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Dexterity plus stealth. Are you doing some sort of bunk?
Let's see.
But look over there.
I don't want to deprive you of coming up with your own bunk.
If you have suggestions, I'll take them.
I think you could totally just belch really loud because people don't want to pay attention to like it's
That's
totally
true.
a social sort of.
Yeah, doing anything sort of like socially awkward would.
Like
Do naked
I was
yoga.
gonna say fart, but
Yeah.
Or
I
you could
figured
run
you'd
up to
rather
her and
belch.
Just like the bunk would be like giving her like a big ostentatious hug that makes her
That's
feel
true.
uncomfortable because you know
Yeah.
that that's not her deal at all.
Something like that.
Like what would make Fallon feel uncomfortable probably makes the same thing that
Nops, yeah.
Nip Nop feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're secretly
Yeah.
hate each other because
what
they're
if
actually
it's
very
just
similar.
Yeah.
getting up and doing like
No.
sort of some bizarre gestures.
I'm going to walk up to her and go,
like there's something on her face for the people who can't see.
Yeah, and
Love it.
she's like, rubbing on her
God,
face,
dude.
like, what?
It's like
Did you
Euro
get it?
Trip.
Did you
Yeah.
get it? Yeah.
Oh,
You got something right
Here.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, right?
and
A
I'm
little.
sort of make it in
Get
a
a little
situation
saliva
where
in there.
everybody's sort of watching us, so everybody's sort of watching her do that and embarrass herself.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's basically my
appreciate
bunk.
you.
It's like, no.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, dexterity plus larceny, or plus, what did I say? Whatever. It's stealth. Yeah.
Starting
Yeah.
with stealth and 7, basically. Because of
Yeah,
the bunk.
because 7, and then actually you're in the freehold, so it actually should be one lower. So
Okay,
it,
so
so it
6.
should be 6.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I should have done that earlier.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Well, good
Wow.
to know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Stole the crap out of Dipnop's ID.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to leave this
Okay.
up to the storyteller.
Uh-huh.
But if I was done talking to Ikome
Yes.
and seeing the shenanigans going on, do I notice the extra shenanigans? Or is there a possibility to notice the extra shenanigans?
I think there's a
And
possibility.
I want to lift the wallet, if
Yeah.
at all possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And how many successes did you have?
5.
5. Okay. So if you can beat 5, then yes, you can have noticed it. You cannot stop it.
No, I don't wanna
but
stop
yeah,
it.
if you want to just be able to notice it, yeah. So then that would be perception or wits plus, or probably perception plus investigation or alertness.
Citrusy.
It's a citrusy pattern.
Um,
It tastes.
So yeah, so You're able to.
I don't know what that is.
You're able to lift
7.
her wallet pretty.
And did you do a bunk? Or no, it's lower anyway.
just
so
a
it's-
Yeah,
notice.
it'd just be 7s
So
because
six-
you didn't do a
sixes
bunk,
works.
so it'd be 7
was a
in,
6.
Oh,
in free hold.
it's a spell?
Oh
thought it
no,
was
I'm
just a
sorry.
notice.
No, you're
So
just
it's
doing it.
Oh.
Yeah,
So a 6 or better.
6 or better.
Yeah, so
Okay,
you've
so,
got
so there's a 6. Yeah.
Those two.
And
so
only
only
one
got a
one.
3. So no, it's
Oh,
it's
2
2
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, so I only got 3, so I didn't
On
notice.
three?
You
Yeah,
beat me
so,
on 5. Yeah.
So, you notice a thing going on, but you don't notice the shenanigans.
There's a mild raised eyebrow,
Yeah,
not a
there's
full
like-
raised eyebrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's like, but it's like kind of like Maimrie's doing a thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's always doing a thing. So whatever. So you managed to lift. You wanted the whole wallet.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out the ID.
Mhm.
I'm going to pull out credit cards, stuff like that. Pictures of front and back. Replace everything the way it was. Then I'm going to find her car outside and leave the wallet there.
Oh, okay. All right.
And do what?
I'm
This
going
is identity theft. Continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maimrie is not certified white hat. So
I understand that.
yeah, certified
Okay.
ethical.
I regret helping you with your homework.
I'm not
No
sure if it is
ethics.
a certified ethical
Unethical.
Piskie.
Yeah. Certified unethical.
Certified unethical
Unethical
Piskie.
Piskie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I must have
and-
left my wallet in my car.
Yeah. And remind me, Fallon's the only one who's Sealy Court, right?
Correct.
Tommy's sort of almost
On the-
unsealy
Yeah.
or almost Sealy,
Yeah.
Unsealy.
but technically
Yeah.
unsealy. So,
Correct.
Yeah, right.
I'm totally
Yeah.
unsealed.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. And so you managed to pull that off.
Nice.
It takes some fast talking, and actually.
Oh yeah, the text just says, "I fucked up. Go get Nipnops."
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you managed to lose Newt before you do all of that.
Aw.
I love you.
Yeah.
I
He's-
know.
I know.
Dude, he's totally a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Freaking
He's
Puka.
Yeah.
But he's your jerk.
Yeah, he is kind of a jerk.
Okay. So, so you're gonna go do.
I would like to go
You're gonna
after
go talk to
Nipnops. I got a text that said, I fucked up. Go
Yes.
get Nipnops.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
So Nipnops is almost to the front door.
Yeah.
After the thing with Maimrie.
Mm-hmm.
So she's almost to the front door when you catch up to her.
Okay. I'm going to raise my voice for me
Yeah.
and just say, can I get 2 minutes? Please.
Fine. 2 minutes.
I said, well, I'm just going to say, I think Fallon would like to apologize to you.
I did not say apologize.
And,
I know.
and may
This counts as 1 minute.
Sure.
may like to
Stuck together, right?
I think she would like to rectify something that potentially went wrong.
Really?
Yeah,
So why isn't Fallon here telling me this?
because she's across the room and I was closer. And also Fallon is exceptionally good with words, as you well know. So there may be some filters that need to get you back to come over.
Fallon's?
I look at her and I'm just giving her like the calming presence, which actually is a talent, motherfucker.
Oh,
Meredith.
okay. All right. Okay.
I'm
All
imagining
right.
this entire
So
project
that's-
is gonna be
Whoa.
Ben
A
using-
merit?
It is a
Tell me.
merit.
This might save some things.
Calming
Okay.
presence, good listener, natural
Yeah.
linguist,
This is
and
why I
then
keep
fairy
him around.
eternity. I don't know. This
Yeah.
is fuck you. I don't know
Wow,
why
okay.
I stay around.
Yeah.
I like
know.
the beach.
Yeah.
And apparently the beaches.
Yeah.
I owe you a very large bottle of monkey sugar.
That's fair.
You see, so her bright red nose and the red swirls on her cheeks, they start to flare up, and like they're almost glowing with rage
How do you
that
not
you
make fun of
see in
that?
her eyes. That's the problem. Is that
I know.
She looks like a Tex Avery cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah, and you see her like start to just like explode, and then she's like, okay. Look, Fallon's arrogance is a problem. And I would love to help you, but your whole team has its own stuff to work out. and I'm busy with my life and my stuff. And so if Fallon
I wish
wants
I was
my
that.
help, Fallon can come down off of her high horse, their high horse, and they can come to me,
I can't. I'm naturally this tall.
and they can apologize to me for their behavior, and then I will help you.
Tommy's like,
Okay. Well, I understand that. Since you are a very natural artisan when it comes to the challenges of the internet and how to work with things and the art behind the technology,
Her eye twitching starts to calm as you flatter her.
I will see what Fallon is willing to do. I think that there's sometimes a difference between her actions and her words, and sometimes the two don't match. But there is always a positive bend to them. In the meantime, as I work on that, as I work on getting your apology and focus my interests on that, I would like you to do me a favor, since I cannot focus on the investigation directly as I try to get this apology for you, to go and see if you can find out anything in your own time, if your schedule allows.
I'm only going to do this because I'm curious myself.
I'm very
But
curious.
if I find out anything, I'll let you know, Tommy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Also, well, thank you. Thank you. And I hope class goes well for you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thanks. We're doing, and she spouts off some sort of like super high technical babble
I don't know
thing.
why
And
I'm
like-
picturing Catherine O'Hara.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Because she just like does the most
Yeah.
amazing
Maybe.
characters, so I could just
yeah,
picture
yeah.
her
Yeah.
being
yeah. This is like the young.
at cross with Parker Posey.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like a mix between Parker Posey and Catherine O'Hara, in a young, super nerdy computer
Awesome.
programmer
Yeah.
role. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that totally tracks.
I'm going to tab good listener because I do not understand the fucking word she's saying.
Yeah.
Just
but,
smile and nod.
but I'm engaged.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No, she believes you. And she seems calmed, and she opens the door, and you see
For a Tesla.
you see Maimrie just like slinking away from her Tesla, as and Maimrie disappears off into the darkness before Nipnop sees her.
yeah, I don't have proof.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, and very much when it comes to Maimrie, most of it has to be evidentiary
Yeah,
in order
yeah.
for me to even pursue
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
The rest is just supposition, and there's no point
Yes.
because there's always supposition.
Always supposition.
I love the idea that you're just we're just gonna use you as a go-between from now on.
I'm the
can
middle
tell
in that
Nip Nops.
sandwich. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
great. I'm the meat in the Fallon Nip Nop sandwich.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic. No
That's
one
a
wants
fan
that
fiction.
sandwich.
Yes.
Tag your porn. Sorry, I was going to suggest also that you, it's a competitive show that they're better, but I like your. It seems very you to be like, I'm just chill and I'll listen to your problem
That's right.
because I'm not apologizing.
So Maimrie, you duck back into the meeting party, the post-meeting party, and there's another the crowd just recoalesces on you, asking more questions. They're definitely calming down and everything, and the questions start to get a little more speculative and just kind of hypothetical as opposed to anybody actually seeming concerned. But you kind of stay the focus of the rest of that party. But,
Yeah, the thing is, she's still really kind of stupid smart. And so and as much as she wants to play around with this, she understands that this is actually kind of potentially explosive.
yeah.
So she doesn't want to. She's mischievous and impish. She's not evil.
Yeah.
So there's
yeah.
no fun in people panicking.
Right, yeah,
Like this.
yeah.
So she actually tries to do a pretty good job of trying to answer people's questions, calm them down. I'm totally trying to. What would Tommy do is basically the main thing that she's sort of going through. It's going through her head, because she's not. Her and Cogent Thought are not on a first name basis.
Yeah, right.
I have to call him Mr. Cogent Thought. So she's
No,
sort of.
no. Mr. Cogent Thought is my dad.
I'm sorry, I'm just not comfortable with that, sir. So she's basically trying to do her best to do the quote unquote right thing, which is very difficult for her to do.
Yeah.
And her time about doing that is sort of done. She's sort of like, so she excuses herself and hunts down you two.
Okay.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah, basically.
Fallon and
I'm just trying to walk back to Fallon at this point.
I'm having
Okay.
an awesome time under the whatever moonlight. And
Yeah, and yeah.
I wanna
I'm
go
gonna-
back
Is
to
Guppy
Yeah.
with you?
Oh, that's weird. Dogs watching is just always weirded me out.
They just do, man. You just get over
It's
it.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I'm
think
totally chill with
I think
Guppy hanging
he's-
out with me.
No, I think
No, Guppy's with Charlie.
Yeah, but I think he's just playing on the beach, like
Yeah.
chasing whatever comes
Waves.
out of the chasing waves for
Do
sure.
not chase sea monkeys.
Because
No,
he's not
he's chasing
watching.
sea monkeys.
No,
Totally chasing sea
sea
monkeys.
monkeys.
Yeah.
Chimerical sea monkeys.
Yeah.
Can't catch them.
Oh,
He's
okay,
chasing
good.
them.
You see sea
my
monkeys in a
friend.
swarm, just like there's a little like softball-sized swarm of them, and they just like pop out of the water and leap, and Guppy like dives in and like chases
And then
after
rolls
them.
in the sand.
Yeah.
And
They're totally playing
yeah.
around. Yeah, and like millions of them are technically being eaten by him, but it's like
Yes.
all good. Like that's just
what I
how
was going to
things
say.
are.
I picture that he's like this centuries old, like, but he's
Yeah.
a puppy to me. He's just like a puppy. So yeah, every
Yeah.
once in a while you see, and he's totally like
Yeah.
munching on the chimerical like
Yeah, yeah.
sea monkeys. But
Yeah, and
like,
they're all giggling, and they like they think it's hilarious.
we're being
'cause- yeah,
eaten.
yeah,
Yay!
yeah. And they're gonna like get pooped out in the morning and,
Yeah.
and go back into the water. It's fine.
It is what it is.
Right, yeah. God,
So
I
going
love,
life.
I love
That's
this
cool.
setting so much.
Chimerical puppy.
I didn't
poo,
realize
right?
sea monkeys were E. coli. That's cool.
Yes, yeah, pretty
All right, cool.
Kind
They're
of.
I like
basically
it.
like single cell organisms or something.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
No, they're krill.
Yeah.
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
They're
but
whale food.
but yeah,
Oh, sorry. What the fuck?
I know, right? Yeah, I'm the worst. But
You're the
Krister,
worst, bah.
yeah. Krister is the two of you are having a very pleasant conversation. Or
Oh, is that what they call it?
I
Yeah.
think. Well, I think this second
That's
week.
what the kids are calling
What were
it?
you
he
gonna say?
keeps wanting to steer everything back towards you, and so every time you try to ask more about him,
Yeah.
he always he'll give you a little nugget of information,
Cool.
and then he
Cool.
steers it back towards asking about you, and like oh, where are you from, and when did you learn to surf, and
Don't do
tell
it,
me about
man.
your deals, and yeah.
I think I would only answer parts of things because I'm like more about like I'm totally infatuated and I've fallen in love for the very first
Yeah,
time. Like
yeah.
I've never
Oh,
been
yeah.
in love before
No,
until I saw
not
this
since yesterday.
this person across the
Not
yeah
since
Not since yesterday.
exactly not since yesterday or the day before or the day before that. But so it's like I'm gonna not lure him into the water, but it's just like, hey, we're at the water. This is my jam.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be come into the water with me.
Okay. All right.
So, and then it's mostly like she's not grokking then that he's doing that, but
Yeah.
she's going to be doing the same thing, but mostly because she's totally infatuated and
Yeah.
wanting to know about him. So she'll ask about him.
Yeah.
And then I think as she gets into the water, he's fine with the water, right? Like he's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
afraid
he
of the
doesn't-
water
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I think she morphs in and out of seal
Yeah.
form.
Mm-hmm.
So like there are times when I swear this isn't gross, but like where she'll come out of the water and she's in seal form and she'll kind of nuzzle him, but then she'll come back up and she's in like say half
Yeah.
she's half seal and half her, but
Yeah.
so they're not getting it on or anything like
Yeah.
that, but they're playing in the
And
water.
and
It's called interspecies erotica.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not gross. I
Tag
swear.
porn.
Yeah. So so when you were walking down here,
Yeah.
he was wearing his finery.
Yeah.
And then as you hit the sand, his shoes just disappeared.
Awesome.
And then when you're like, come into the water with me, he doesn't hesitate and just his clothes just disappear as he comes to the
Okay,
water.
cool.
Yeah. And he seems very comfortable naked.
Okay.
And it just is like, it seems very natural for him that he is just adapting to whatever you seem to be enjoying.
Interesting,
Yeah.
which I don't know that I'm catching. She's just
Yeah.
she's just vibing off of whatever he's
Yeah.
thrown out there.
Why
I feel
don't
like I'm
you-
watching a horror movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Why
and
don't
I'm
you
not getting
roll, give me a wits plus,
Okay.
wits plus empathy.
Okay. I want to make sure.
Boo. It sucks for an opposed roll.
And also, I'm a good listener. What does that do? Rob, you just looked that up,
I
right?
didn't look it up. I just said it. Adam did
Yeah,
stuff.
180.
Yeah, it's all rolls related to obtaining information from others are at a -2 difficulty. So
Okay.
that applies here. So
Okay.
so you roll a 4.
Okay.
Or your difficulty is 4.
Ooh, there's a 1. Oh, there's 2 1s and only 1 success, so I botched.
Well, no, the 4 is the 4 and 8 are both a success because your difficulty is 4.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The ones cancel out, so
Okay, so they
you
cancel.
fail.
Okay.
It's just it's not
Got
a
it.
botch unless you're down to like one die.
Cool.
And so, but he got 1 success, which I never imagined would actually be like the winner in that contested roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he ends up managing to learn a little bit more about you than you do about him.
I could see that.
Yeah. So you get that he's centuries old.
Mm-hmm.
He's been maintaining this form and he's maintained this mortal body for centuries now, which is like to be centuries old and still be in the same form.
Yeah.
Like Tommy is about a century old.
Yeah.
1 century old and still in the
A little
same.
bit more.
Or
Born in 1781.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
that's a pretty big deal that
Yeah.
Tommy is like this. Most
Okay.
people they can't keep their mortal body alive that long and remain sane.
And how old are you versus how old you look?
I'm
'Cause
definitely.
I know we're both young.
What's the it's young lady or fuck? What are the
Grump.
3
Child.
stages?
You're a grump.
I think I'm just entering grump,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
that's
But that doesn't
more
have to
based
be-
on disposition than
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
else.
It
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean age.
Yeah.
Honestly, Fallon's not that old.
Okay. You maybe been around a little bit longer than I have.
Although now that
Fae
I'm
form.
thinking about it, I think that they entered Fae form around the early 70s, early 80s.
Perfect. Okay.
Only
Okay.
because they were learning how to do magic basically around the same time they were learning programming. Programming was getting
Okay.
popular, so
And
they've always been.
Maimrie,
the same.
you're all semi-young,
I'm 18. I just turned 18.
and but your Fae form also, like you've only been
Very young.
Fae for,
She's a wilder. She's not quite a
Yeah,
shelter.
me too.
She's in between.
yeah.
But yeah, she's very much a
Cool.
teenager.
So
Yeah.
that makes sense to me. That
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
so that's just it's a pretty rare thing that
Yeah.
somebody would be around that long and still in the same.
And I would have asked him
Mortal
at some
body.
point, though. I'm curious about it's the making small talk, but also learning about that it's like that you're totally enamored of this person and you're kind of trying to get info about them so you can have a conversation, like what he came here for before, or why he's here now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I get anything from him.
Yeah, you get some sort of vague things like oh, he was here on business and
Okay.
visiting friends, friends like Baron Morgan, so it's very vague ansers to a lot of. Oh, it's from outside.
It's from
I was
Yeah.
gonna say all of a sudden
Yeah,
I'm
there's-
like, there's like a radio or something.
Yeah, Stu's watching TV very loudly
Okay.
outside. Anyway, so pretty vague answers. Doesn't really tell you a lot. But all seems kind of harmless.
I'm gonna push.
Oh, okay.
If it does seem like it's not because I'm suspicious, but because I really do want It's so funny because now all I can hear is that.
Yeah.
But it's that kind of really wanting to know about this person that you're just like, okay, I want to know every single thing about you because you're amazing, and I'm never going to love anybody the way I love you this minute right now, except I'm going to love you more in a minute.
Right. Yeah.
That whole thing.
The only person who can love you more is future me.
Yeah. Exactly. So I don't know, charisma.
Roll charisma plus I think plus empathy. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to apply my sex appeal.
Okay. Yeah.
I would assume in this particular, because
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
this is the not creepy but just playful, like the banter and the touching and the
it's
blah
the
blah blah. I'm
flirtation.
trying to
Exactly. Yeah.
exactly.
It's reduced by 3,
Three.
so your threshold is 3. Difficulty is 3.
This is why you need an ace best friend.
Right,
It
yeah.
is. Okay, so if my crappy roll, but look at that. 'cause
But yeah,
you
thank
said
God it's a
threes.
3.
Yeah, but this is going to cancel out my big guy.
Yeah. but
So I
you
still
got-
have 3.
Yeah. You still got
That was
3.
horrible, you guys.
Yeah.
Though I rolled like a couple 3s or something.
Yeah.
One of these got rolled.
If your difficulty hadn't been
But
so
I got a
reduced, it
1.
would have been bad. But,
Yeah, it would have been horrible.
He's just not
but
into
you got
seals.
3 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be great
so,
if she would have botched that, though. That would have been so awesome.
Oh yeah.
I know.
So he so as you're in the water, he seems to really be delighting at your touch and at your playfulness.
Cool.
And he seems to really respond to the levity of being
Yeah.
around you
because he's like, he worries about everything all the time.
And he kind of smiles at one point as you sort of like do a pop and a big like dive, a big like loop out of the water, and then he like takes you in his arms and he says, "This is very strange, but I just stopped worrying for just a moment." And then he kisses you very passionately.
On purpose?
Oh!
On purpose, is that what you said?
Damn it, Rob!
I just sealed it.
God, fuck you!
Screw
That's
you.
it. This game is over.
Rob ruins everything. Rob ruins all the.
You couldn't let us have this.
No, I'm
sweet.
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
just for the hell of it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
Gina.
I thought that
ruined
was
your moment.
wonderful.
I'm sorry.
No, but do
yeah.
I tease anything out of him basically in his like lowered defenses?
Yes.
Oh, that's solid.
I know.
Let's see
You're
where
like,
this goes.
Which is
Yeah.
this?
Captain Ambiguity.
He tells you, you have a little moment where, where he says, the last time I stopped worrying was also in this beautiful city. And it's so refreshing to know that a little bit of relaxation comes from the same place all these years later.
Excellent. I'm going to take it.
I'm going to be very sad to leave tomorrow.
Wait. Leave tomorrow?
Yes, it looks like my ride is arriving. And he points
I
out
see?
to the ocean, and you see a giant schooner ship.
Wow.
Almost with a ghostly glow that comes sailing out of the tribe's portal.
Nice. It's a ghost yacht.
And that is where we will end tonight.
Oh, that's a good end.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Things is happening.
Yes. So we will be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And we will continue with episode 5 of the Clockwise Court, and we will
that was
see
awesome.
what's happened with our illustrious crew.
Buckets.
Do you guys want to do XP real quick?
Yeah, because we didn't do
God,
it last
Yeah, we didn't do it
time.
last time.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know XP was a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I
no,
haven't
we're-
played a game that you level in.
I know, right?
ages.
Yeah. And this is, World of Darkness is sort of point by system, so you're going to get XP, and
Yeah.
then you can, and then
Okay.
basically things are typically calculated by a multiplier.
It's like
of
abilities are
what you already have.
2 times the new
Yeah.
level. So
Yes.
if you're going from a 2 to a 3, you'll spend 6 points.
Cool,
Yes,
because I
exactly.
did not fill out all of my stats
Yeah.
when we started this, so I
Right,
should
yeah.
do that.
I need to give you guys XP
So you
for
gotta buy it in the beginning.
like. So this is our
Yeah.
4th session, right?
Oh,
So
Jesus.
Who knows?
Yeah,
I
but
know.
we've only
It's like our
We've
only
second
played
game.
for
Yeah,
like
played
one
one.
in
Yeah. So
2 hours.
So let's say a total of 3 XP for that for the various sessions that we've played or that we've gotten together and done things.
Sounds like
Okay.
math.
And then so I'm sort of playing off of Tales from the Loop kind of thing, and
Never heard of it.
Oh, awesome.
the questions might change, but I'm going to ask you questions.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Awesome.
So were you here? The answer is yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're
Yes.
each going to get 1 for that.
We get the points.
Half because I was late.
Yeah.
No.
Did your character learn something new?
Yes. You guys did.
Define,
Yeah.
learn.
You're gonna get learned.
Can we
next
do
time.
it for each
Yeah.
No.
like
Let's
two
go-
different sessions or
Yeah, actually, we need to do
Because
this session and
last
yeah,
session.
and last session.
Okay.
Did
Okay.
you
I
learn?
don't remember last
Did you learn
session.
something new before this session, and did you learn something new during this session?
yes?
I wasn't here last one, so.
I'm going to give myself 1 for character development this session, though.
Okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
I learned something new because we learned the thing
La-
about the assassination and
Yeah,
that,
last
that
session
there's
you
the
all
Okay,
learned
we
something
did.
new.
and then in this
Yeah.
one, Krister.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I have not met Krister still.
Yeah.
And I talked to the.
But
Asian
yeah, and you talked to the
yeah, Ikone.
Yeah, you did all the work.
And
and I feel like
Maimrie learned how to talk.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe
you
I got-
learned. Yeah, you
I-
learned about making succulents be
I
magical
did.
jewelry.
I did turn a succulent into a
You had
thing.
Yes, you did.
You know what I learned?
Yeah.
When jewelry falls from the sky, a troll will
You
attack
don't
you.
say no.
That is a reasonable thing to learn.
That just
Factual.
became a prophecy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
And it's hard to hide a teaser
if we
in
play
a
our
bikini.
flaws,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
yeah. So did you play to one of your legacies?
Oh, yes.
Oh, hells yeah.
Hold
Straight
on.
up, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it was your current court legacy, take an XP and take a willpower point.
Oh, sweet.
If
Wait.
it was your other court legacy, then just take an XP point, but
need
not
to
a willpower.
Okay.
I need to double check with my
No
legacy.
problem.
I think my legacy is like when you're right and no one else is right.
Yeah.
No, my
But it can
see,
also
I
be
don't see
kind
it
of
as
vague. Did you
jackass,
act in that
super
manner?
Jackass.
Yeah.
I mean, like, probably 100%. Still.
Yeah.
But not
I'm
over.
being pretty flexible about the, did your legacy give you willpower thing? I'm going to be pretty.
But don't go
That's
over your willpower. This
Right.
would just be to.
Yeah.
It would-
To fill
yeah,
up.
yeah, you
Okay.
can't get
Fill
more
up.
than what your
Yeah.
dots in willpower.
I'm going to assume that by the next session, my 1 point in bashing will be gone, since it's pretty much just take a nap and it goes away.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
And then the other question I would ask is did one of your flaws have a negative impact on you?
yes.
I
Well,
don't
I had
think
to
I
spend
took
a
a
willpower
flaw.
point to deny one.
That's true. Yep.
No.
Okay.
I did because it took me out
Okay.
of half the game.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm in
I'm in
love.
love.
'Cause I
Yeah.
haven't been in love since
Just want you know,
yesterday.
I put up on Slack what I did with the ID stuff,
Oh, cool.
so
Okay.
just let me know how that turns
Yeah,
out.
this is not good.
I will get back to you because there's a slim chance I forgot to take flaws.
You don't.
Okay.
You're not required.
Yeah, you
but
don't have
if you
to,
take
yeah.
flaws, you can up
Yeah.
to 7 points. You can take.
I mean,
Merits
more points.
or
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like regardless
You
of what
kinda
the
want.
game says, Fallon has enough
Yeah.
major flaws on their own that
I was going to say,
Yes.
yeah, you've definitely been acting as though you have flaws.
But I don't know
yeah.
if they're like Changeling approved flaws. I think they're just
Oh, I'm sure there's so many
It
that
doesn't matter
yeah.
because there are
Yeah.
some that are very loosely based. So if you
Oh,
have like,
yeah,
some kind
yeah.
of phobia,
There's
so you're
addiction.
yeah. It
and
may be a
addiction.
phobia.
twitches,
and you can
and-
fill in the blanks on that.
Yeah, I'll double check. I'll double check over this week.
I
and-
guarantee
Cool, I
that
keep playing.
just from playing with that character, you have
Oh,
at
yeah.
least 3 points of flaws.
At
just
least,
straight up.
yeah.
Minimum 3 points.
And then it buys you sex.
Impatient, curiosity, absent-minded.
Curiosity
Oh god,
is a
it's
great
like
one,
all
too.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are just the
exactly.
first three
It's
that he came across.
Yeah, that's-
ADHD
yeah.
plus a phobia.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Intolerance,
How dare?
insubordinance,
I meant to
foul
ask-
mouth.
How dare! I forgot foul mouth is a thing.
Yeah.
It is. It's a 2-point flaw.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I have more points.
If you
points
took
than I
Lucky,
think is
Lucky
worth.
only applies during the entire
Yeah.
run of the. It's not session, right? It's story. So
You know what?
it's
I'm not
Yeah, I
exactly
don't
sure.
remember.
can't
But
remember.
yeah.
it says 3 times per
So,
story.
Yeah.
I will message you about.
Yeah, we can talk about them. But
Double-checking that.
you're. I know for a fact that a flaw of yours impacted things because
Yeah.
Nops was
Yeah.
turned away because of a flaw. Of
Yeah.
you. Regardless of whether or not you took a mechanical flaw, a flaw in your character caused a negative impact to the story.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I just want Fallon to know that she made Maimrie sad, so something had to be done, and I apologize.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I will say
I
as
Wait
a
to find
player,
out.
I hate saying no to story hooks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
also like playing as true to a flaw as I can.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, oh fuck, I have to say no to you.
Yeah.
So
No, but
Sorry.
No,
that's
it's
that's
great.
good actually. And
Yeah.
because I mean that's the thing is there's a difference between saying no to a story opening versus shutting off the hook entirely.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know? And you played in character in that Fallon is not going to accept help from Nipnops.
Yeah.
But it's not that the Motley wants to completely shut that down because it might be useful. And you know, and so you shunted it off to somebody who could actually like in character accept that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I will say as I've built the character, they're very like nope. Which
Yeah.
is a problem and I am trying to work that out now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I no,
Well-
but I
No,
also
it's
think,
good.
and I don't. I see what you're saying because I thought about the same thing with my character because I have like a 2-point flaw that's addiction that she is in love with love, so she falls in love constantly. And so, but I figured it's early days, so part of this is we're putting our characters out there and we're playing to expose
Yeah.
Yeah.
our characters rather than saying here's our page and a half of backstory.
Yeah.
There's-
Exactly.
There's definitely a balance that you kind of have to make. In
Yeah.
LARP, I've been told.
Yep.
I'm not a hugely experienced LARPer. There's this idea that like if you play an introverted character, you're never gonna get a story.
Yeah.
So there's this level of like you want to somehow be as extroverted as you can with the flaws that you've been given, like the fact that Charlie is drawn away by the lure of sex
Yeah.
or love,
Yeah.
and the fact that Fallon is painfully antisocial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
So-
can be a lot of fun. It,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Well,
mean that
and,
it's over.
And
but-
hopefully, like that's still we end up tripping into aspects of the story that are just from a different angle than
Yeah.
us being
Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
But not only
Exactly.
that, but
Yeah.
it creates
Yeah.
a basis for you to develop a character.
Yes.
If
That
you-
is also
You know,
true.
if you don't have a starting point where somebody needs to grow out of something,
Right.
I'm like, look, Maimrie is solidly convinced that everybody in the universe exists just for her entertainment.
yeah.
Everybody is literally an NPC in her role-playing game, and they
Yeah.
exist for her entertainment.
And-
She needs to get over that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think,
But that's where she's starting off.
honestly, I think this is a good conversation for the podcast. Maybe we
Yeah.
should write a
Oh,
letter.
yeah, that's really
Because-
Yeah,
and
we
I'm not-
should write her a
I'm
letter.
not derailing it, but I think there is something to be said for it's bullshit to say somebody's derailing a story just because they go after some character.
Yeah. Right.
You know, when you're actually exploring a different, you're exploring an aspect of the story from a different way.
Well,
You're
the
not
thing is,
completely.
spotlight
it's
is
not
one
just-
thing, and
Yes.
everybody should get some spotlight.
Yeah.
But also, you should have the freedom to go.
It's
you know,
not
play your
just
game. Do the thing you need to
wagering.
do.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah.
I want to see how this develops.
Improv.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Sorry.
call it there. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry,
you're
yeah.
right. We
Are we
should
done
have
with
that.
We're going to
XP?
start
Yes,
talking about this. for a
yeah, I
minute.
think we're done with XP.
Cool.
Yeah. So how much did everybody net in that?
Okay.
7?
10.
Okay. Yeah, that's around 7 to 10 sounds
Yeah.
about
That's
right
great.
for like basically three sessions.
Oh,
ba-
okay, yeah.
essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Then
yeah. So yeah.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
cool.
so I'm going to pick up some larceny at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
To match
you-
mine.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
your probably is going to be higher than
You
mine.
could spend those on pretty much anything. I would prefer it spent on things that you've used in the game,
Yeah.
or that you have you have expressed that your character is working on.
I always
you know?
find that the
So,
first
yeah.
few sessions of XP I get, I'm
Yeah.
just filling gaps
Yeah.
on concept.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then everything
So-
else is sort of development. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first few sessions is like, I just didn't have the points in concept just to make it out straight out.
Exactly, yeah. That's kind of what I do too. But yeah, if you have any questions or you want to talk about it, we can talk about it in Slack or whatever.
Perfect.
But yeah, thank you everybody on the internet. I know all of you, everyone on the internet is watching us right now.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll put up the schedule, and there are lots of great games happening on Happy Jacks right now. We'll all be back 2 weeks from now for
Next Sunday, Call of Cthulhu 7th
yes.
edition with Stu. It's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
I already lost 5 sanity points, so you know it's not looking good.
Nice. So jealous.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And,
love consequences.
yeah.
and I believe this past Sunday started the there's a Shadowrun game that started on Monday, maybe it was.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah,
Possibly.
Jason's running Shadowrun.
Yeah, I heard that.
There's the Autumn People, which
Autumn
is
People, which is
yeah,
awesome.
alternating
Schedule will go
Wednesdays
up.
from us. Yeah,
That game is
Yeah.
sick good.
awesome, great
Yeah.
games happening. So please check us out, happyjacks.rpg or happyjacksrpg
At gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
For the no,
Yeah.
it's true.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. HappyJacksRPG, all one word, on all
Thanks
of
for the
things.
raid. Welcome
Social.
party RPG.
Yeah, thanks for the raid.
Thanks
Yay.
for
Yeah.
sticking with us,
Yay,
you guys.
raid.
That was
Yeah.
fantastic. So
Thanks,
thank
everyone.
you.
Have a good
Watch
night.
your calendar. Good night.
Bye. Bye.